Alright. Hello everyone and welcome to Gotcha's Gaming. So we're gonna pick up where we left off back in this game. I don't think I don't think it's the end yet where I last left off. I'm pretty sure there's quite a bit more. Anyway, like even after the end game, there's quite a bit of fun little missions that I kind of want to show you because I know they're really good and solid. And pretty funny too. So I'm gonna stick around for those. So yeah, let's pick up where we left off. I'm pretty sure there's still quite a lot of content, even though it looks like it's pretty much the end game.
Soon, we might very well learn the truth behind Shion's thorns, as well as my own past. I have to be ready to face anything. Whatever happens.
This is the only way forward.
I'm determined to save Shion and Dana. Nothing I learn can change that.
Okay, the moment of truth. I'm really hoping this really isn't the end anyway. I'm pretty sure there's still quite a bit of content based on what I've seen.
Hold up, you guys.
What is it?
I want to look through that room over there. I'm curious what we'll find.
That's the room you visited in your past, right? Sure. We can check it out.
Basically telling us, watch this is important, this is story plot elements.
This looks like some kind of research facility.
A laboratory secreted away in the Forbidden Zone. Why am I past being surprised at this point?
Looks pretty deserted.
Let's check it out. It might give us a new lead.
What will we find? Oh, a little skit here.
For the people of Lenegis, the Forbidden Zone is the stuff of dreams. Yet here I am, standing within its hallowed halls.
It's off limits even for lords, then? Talk about an exclusive club.
Being exclusive is one thing, but how many important facilities let in only the Sovereign? Doesn't that seem a little strange?
Strange doesn't cover it. If it was only one room, maybe. But a place on this scale? How did they keep it from falling into ruin?
That's a good
Whoever
point,
the
actually.
Sovereign is. They
'Cause you
can't
need staff
manage
to,
the upkeep of this whole
manage the whole
place
place.
themselves.
Did no one ever talk about it when you were growing up?
No, not that I can remember. Then again, sovereigns and forbidden zones weren't exactly breakfast table conversations.
The Forbidden Zone is a hallowed place, at one with the Sovereign's authority. Grounds of the one true ruler who presides over all Renans. That is what we believed this place to be. No, what we were made to believe it was. But now, it is finally time to discover this area's true purpose, and why it was kept hidden behind the scenes for so long.
Okay, what else is there to check out in here? Is it just like straight up right here? Okay, just gonna look in the back for a bit, just to make sure I don't miss anything. You never know. Nope, nothing. What did I expect? Ugh.
I think I can make this work.
Whoa. What is that? Why does that look like the records of the dead and fallen?
Well, can you make head or tail of it?
These are experiment records by the looks of it. Reams of them, dating back hundreds of years. Let's see. A composite being capable of controlling Danan astral energy, so as to convert its molecular and elemental makeup.
What does that mean?
The creation of a governing central figure, taking the form of a Danan.
Wait, what?
Codename Sovereign.
Sovereign?
What does that mean?
Wait, there's more. Research into utilizing force field crystals for the purpose of stable astral energy containment. That must be the master cores. With all this raw data, there's bound to be records here somewhere about the Maiden and the Lords, too.
About the lords? Why would they be on there?
Think about it. the Lord's crests are clearly of a piece with those of both the Sovereign and the Maiden. Not to mention the fact that the contenders to the crown are selected from otherwise regular Renan citizens. In other words, it may be that all Renans are unwittingly being made subject to some kind of grand scheme.
Wow.
What about the Sovereign? Does it say anything else?
That's interesting.
Where do I start? All I've read so far is the headlines. There's so much here. To sift through all of it would require specialized... Wait.
What is it? Did you find something?
It's a list of names, with the title, Test Subjects, Sovereign. It's your call.
Read it.
Yeah, do it. Why wouldn't you?
There must be dozens of test subjects listed here. Hundreds even. All of them failures. Wait, I think I've found one that was successful. Test subject number 1273. Ethnicity, NA. Unique adjustment index, generation, NA. Given name, Alphen.
What? I mean, I knew
They
that he was the
re-engineered
one,
me.
please.
Right here in this lab.
Alphen.
Does that mean that Alphen is artificial?
It's fine, really.
Man-made? A clone?
What about the others? Was I the only one?
Test subject number 10105. Ethnicity, NA. Unique adjustment index, generation, NA. Given name,
Volron.
Volron.
Oh, there we go.
Volron? But that means...
Is he Danon?
He's only sovereign because someone made him that way too.
He's the last one. In 3 centuries worth of records, you and Volron are the only 2 subjects on whom the experiment was a success.
But what about the winners of the crown contests? Does this mean that none of them were ever crowned sovereign after all?
Apparently, it would seem that way. They were probably used to make,
Upon victory,
you know,
the Sovereign shall
the
return to Rena,
Renus Alma.
and rule over Rena and Lenegis combined. When a new Sovereign is decided, the outgoing monarch shall relinquish their post and live out the rest of their days on Rena. So we were told. But according to these records, there have only ever been 2 Sovereigns, neither of whom had anything to do with the crown contest. It's all lies, including the part about the Sovereign residing in Rena. The crown contest was never about deciding a new ruler. It must always have been devised for some other purpose.
A means of getting all that astral energy.
But even supposing
Probably.
that's true, someone must have been in charge for the past 3 centuries, right?
Yeah,
If it wasn't
that's
the
a good point.
sovereign, then who was it?
Law's giving the big brain now.
Crown contests have been held this whole time, in spite of the fact that there was already a sovereign. Me. Meaning that for the past 300 years, someone out there has to have been maintaining that lie. The same person I'm willing to bet is behind all this.
The Red Woman?
I don't know about that. The Red
It's
Woman
possible.
seems like...
But that doesn't necessarily mean
almost
she's
seems
the
like a machine.
mastermind behind this scheme. She could be working for someone else. Someone back on the Renan homeworld.
Is there anyone back on the Renan homeworld?
Either way, it's fair to say she's definitely involved somehow.
What about the data records? Is there no other information that could help us?
Not that I can see. Just file upon file of experiment results. There's nothing here about who's behind all this, or what their endgame is, unfortunately. I've barely managed to scratch the surface, mind you. You won't be able to read through it all, but you're welcome to take a look through what you can, while we're here.
I'll do that.
So this is where
Curious
Alphen
and
became
curious.
the Sovereign. And Volron as
Oh,
well.
now there's a bunch to investigate.
The significance of this location would suggest...
Hey, it looks like the terminals in here turned on too.
We should look through them. They might contain valuable information.
Okay, what's this skit?
Only 2 Sovereigns. in over 300 years. So why has the experiment only succeeded twice in all this time? And if that's the case, why keep on doing it? Was there really no other way? Or could there be some other reason?
Dohalim.
Questions upon
Forgive me.
questions.
Alphen.
I'm fine. I'm just a little shaken, that's all. I knew what I was already, so it's not like it's a surprise or anything.
That's true, but not finding out, you know.
It's strange. I've got all this rage inside of me, but I don't even know who it's for. I'm
That's
scared
true.
that I'll put a face
'Cause you
to
have
it,
no idea.
just to
who's
have
blamed
someone to
for all
blame.
this.
If that were to happen, then No. Then we'd help you fight it, before you ever got that far. Wouldn't we, everyone?
Yeah, we wouldn't just sit by and watch you spiral out of control.
That's right. No good can come from being consumed by hatred.
If you ever start to lose your way, you can count on us to guide you back. To remind you where home is.
And I would be happy to lend an attentive ear, should you ever have need.
Thank you, everyone. I think I'll be okay now.
You better be okay. Okay, now a bunch of these exclamation marks on all these things. Okay, what do you say? Operating table. Many subjects undoubtedly never came back alive from these operations. From their operations, that is. Well, duh. Alphen was the only one. Select a topic to explore. We can select. Oh. Master cores. Master cores are instruments of power containing astral energy that belongs to one of the 6 elements. 5 of these master cores, those with earth, water, wind, water, fire, wind, and light, are loaned to Renan Lords at the time of the Crown Contest. Only the Dark Master Core is maintained inside the Forbidden Zone until the Renis Alma is ready to be reformed, its existence kept top secret. Underneath the Master Core's spherical outer layer is a force field crystal used for the purpose of astral energy containment and stabilization. Inside the force field, astral energy is stored in a dormant state. For the duration of their tenure, each Lord competes in a crown contest to amass their allotted type of astral energy. In the event of an emergency, each Lord may be allowed to withdraw from their respective stock of astral energy as necessary. However, the extent allowed is determined based on their own individual strength. Addendum 1. Design flaws have been discovered in how the Renis Alma materializes. Be advised that active master cores may resonate with other master cores located in close proximity and become unstable. Addendum 2. Due to successful regeneration of the Renis Alma, master cores will cease to be deployed and crown contest will be permanently halted. Select next topic to explore. Spirit cores. This one's a different. Spirit cores are the end terminals used for the collection of astral energy. When embedded in a biological subject, it establishes connections throughout its body. These connections are used to amass astral energy generated from physical activity, which is then emitted from the host body itself. Because this emitted energy is prone to diffuse, the host must be placed within range of a spirit vessel for the energy to be collected. This means that Danans must be employed to harvest the astral energy for the purpose of the crown contest. Given the difficulty in producing them, it is advised that spirit cores be retrieved from host bodies and reused upon their death. Spirit cores can also be embedded in Zeugles to control them via astral arts. Addendum: increased physical load on a host body tends to produce increased astral energy emissions. Final confirmation of ideal workload to impose on host bodies without inducing death for maximum astral energy yields is still pending. Interesting. Okay. Does this just say the same thing as before? Oh, okay. The Sovereign. The Sovereign acts as Lenniska's central control device for the spirit channeling ceremony. Each one is granted level 2 authority and an ID crest. A Danan subject serves as the base of its creation. In theory, ideal candidates possess equal affinity for every astral element. However, such aptitude is statistically rare to uncover within real-world conditions. As a result, most subjects die during the adjustment period, and stability is not guaranteed for those who survive it. This instability, coupled with the sovereign powers of astral manipulation, pose a high risk to the security of Lennigas if left unchecked. As such, stabilization measures must be put in place via the support mechanisms when utilizing the Sovereign in the Spirit Channeling Ceremony. Addendum 1. No effective alternate methods to perform the ceremony have been found. Trials on Danon subjects are authorized to continue. Addendum 2. Unit 2 adjustments are a success. Subsequent adjustments are to be put on hold while extended observations take place. Interesting. The Maiden. The Maiden acts as the Sovereign support mechanism for the Spirit Channeling Ceremony. Each one is granted level 2 authority and idea. A Renan subject serves its functions, providing Sovereign with the supplemental dark astral something. It's clearly missing some words. Dark astral energy it lacks in tandem with the Renus Alma. During the ceremony, it is partly responsible for astral energy conversion as well as maintaining stability over the Sovereign's own powers. Additionally, the degree of intimacy between it and the Sovereign has been observed to positively impact the level of stability in both subjects. Because of this, trial activations of the Sovereign without the Maiden present are expressly forbidden. Furthermore, neither the Sovereign nor the Maiden are to be informed about the details of the Spirit Channeling plan. Addendum 1. Mental stability in the Maiden has been deemed the cause of the past Sovereign's rampancy. Countermeasures must be considered. Addendum 2. In line with planned adjustments, the current subject will have its Maiden registration revoked and be returned to its original household. Interesting. This is some good lore background. Sorry this is a lot of reading, but it's just how it is. Each crown contest, 5 of the best qualified members of Renan populace are chosen to act as lords vying to serve as the next sovereign. During their tenure, they are granted level 3 authority as well as one of 5 elemental realms to administer, and its corresponding master core. They are also assigned an ID crest indicating their designated element. The selection process is based only on astral, artistry, and physical and mental aptitude. Other variables such as age have no bearing whatsoever. Because only the strongest go on to become lords, the position itself does not inherently make an individual any stronger. It should be noted, however, that lords are not the only individuals capable of drawing out the master core's powers. All Renans must take part in the selection process, and acceptance of the position is mandatory. It is not allowed for those deemed suitable to decline. Furthermore, in the event that an acting lord is incapacitated and can no longer serve in their position, a replacement must be quickly prepared. Unique Adjustment Index Test Subject Report. Oops, I kind of missed something. Test subject name, Volron. Generation, Unique Adjustment Index, blah blah blah. Although subject possesses high latent potential, it exhibits significant mental instability along with a strong distaste for following orders. As such, the risks it poses surpass even those of the last successful subject, itself a failure, and is therefore under consideration for disposal. Addendum. This is the first successful case in 300 years. Previously mentioned risk factors are now mitigated due to established control protocols. Subject is to be evaluated under the assumption that Plan 2 will proceed and will be dispatched to Dana under the guise of serving as a lord. Interesting. Okay. I remember seeing some. Oh god, there is a lot of lore to read here. 1, 2. Is there more? I saw something here. There we go. What's this? It's equipment for storing human bodies, whether held living or dead ones. They're all empty now. Okay. Is there any more around here? Okay, then there's just these 2 more terminals and then we're good. Alright. Let's see. Sedative mask. A device covering the wearer's whole face that restricts the mental activity. It was developed for the purpose of pacifying prisoners. Medical applications are also recognized particularly as a means of preventing patients from sustaining mental trauma. However, doing so is not recommended as prolonged use of the device carries the risk of inducing a number of adverse side effects. Addendum. Due to the loss of production facilities incurred from the destruction of Lenegus, additional devices will no longer be manufactured. Okay. Brainwashing report. After receiving reports of a robust new form of rule emerging in Dana's water realm, a study was commissioned to investigate the matter in depth. This system is unique in that it elevates only the Lord as the supreme authority while relegating both Renans and Danans alike to enslavement. Test subject blah 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 serves as the realm's current Lord and has achieved this without the use of any special powers, drugs, or special devices. Rather, it has been done so by sheer governance. Given this method's effectiveness population control, monitoring of the situation will continue. Collapse of cognitive facilities via extreme mental repression rooted in violence and fear has proven to be the key to this style of rule. Once the subject loses its autonomy, they become desensitized to fear and subsequently cease to prioritize even their own personal safety. Though such a state is ill-suited for commanding officers, it remains an effective way to cultivate disposable infantry and slaves for manual labor. Addendum 2. Soldiers in Lenegus who have undergone this treatment will be asked to secure classified sectors as a trial. The results will be monitored. Oh, that explains why the guards over here in the Forbidden Zone are kind of like mindless. They use the same methods. Okay. Lenegus. A large-scale astral energy converter that primarily converts the elemental composition of Dana's astral energy and transmit it to Rena. Activation and control of astral energy conversion is achieved by placing the Sovereign, Maiden, and Rena's Alma within the central core of Lenegus. It is comprised of classified and essential personnel residences zones around a large conduit, along with a defensive layer surrounding them. The outer layer is deployed upon activation, unlocking the central conduit, while simultaneously functioning as a stabilization mechanism. Due to its design, deployment of the outer layer is expected to cause damage to residential zones. However, because that only takes place during the final stages of the spirit channeling ceremony, no contingency plan to address said damage is needed. Until that phase, Lenegus serves as the central base of operations for the management and execution of the crown contest on Dana. Warning: any personnel with level 3 authority or lower is strictly forbidden from the classified zone. Any violators will be immediately executed. Detachable Harvester. A massive spirit vessel placed on Dana for the spirit channeling ceremony. It serves as the tip of Lenegus conduit from which it separates. Upon landing on Danan waters, it extends two sets of conducting pathways. The vertical pathways connect to the center of Dana. Meanwhile, the horizontal pathways proceed to envelop the entire surface of Dana. Once activated, it links the biological spirit vessels placed in each realm, efficiently harvesting the planet's astral energy en masse. The accumulated energy is then transmitted to Rena via Lenegus. Because construction and adjustment take place in the Forbidden Zone's regulator area, Lenegus' outer layer must be deployed prior to launch. Intended to function semi-autonomously, only maintenance personnel are expected to manually interface with it when necessary. No other personnel is required for it to function. Addendum 1. Detachable Harvester 1 was lost on Dana after exploring due to the rapidity exhibited by the Sovereign. Addendum 2. Detachable Harvester 2's landing point will remain the same as that of the previous model. This is due to the explosion of the previous model, which altered the planetary topography, enabling easier connection to the center of Dana. Oh, that is a lot of reading. But that's a lot of stuff that sort of covers, everything we've seen so far, and sort of makes sense now. Because those bosses that we were fighting, those were living spirit converters now. Okay, that's good to know. Sorry about that if that was pretty boring. What is this? Oh, more panels, more stuff to read. Wow, this is literally exposition central right now. Nope, you're not something to read, but you are. Notice, this area will now be shut down as the project proceeds to its final phase. Okay. Anything else? Nope. Nope, you're a thing. It's equipment for monitoring subjects. It's probably had a failure disposal mechanism as well. Okay, what's over here? I need to read down here. A room unchanged over 3 centuries. It's like time itself has stopped here. Okay, what's inside this box? Life bottle. Too bad I got like a fuck ton of those. Yeah, sorry about all that reading. I wanted to like get a better idea of all the, the background and the lore. Are we gonna find out like why Alphen was sent down on Dana?
Naori, I...
Don't talk. I have to do this. I gave you my word that I'd help you return to Dana. The next time you open your eyes, you'll be home.
But You...
My place is here with my people. I still have a duty to fulfill. I'm sorry for what
Sounds
you've
like war
endured.
out there.
Renan never should have dragged you into this. It's not your burden to bear.
But...
The mask contains a sedative. It should keep your mind from tearing itself apart any further. Let yourself go to sleep. This should help with the pain. Time to go, Elfin.
Oh, it must be a really strong sedative. That's why he can't feel pain. That makes sense now.
His injuries are worse than I thought. Short-term treatment isn't going to cut it. I'll have to switch the healing pod to long-term hibernation mode.
Wait, heal him? Is that why he was like sleeping
The
for
chance
300
of
years?
surviving hibernation's less than 10%?
Wait,
And worse, long-term use of the mask carries a high risk of damaging his mind and nervous system.
What?
But... If I don't head back, Lenegis will be nothing but ashes. And this starship along with it. I don't know if I can fulfill my promise to you, Alphen. But if doing this will grant you even the slightest chance, I have to try. I hope it's enough.
Oh god.
Please, live for me, Alphen.
That vision. It must have been from when Naori helped Alphen escape Lenegis.
She sure went above and beyond the call of duty.
Even with Lenegis crumbling down around her, she chose to stay put with her people.
So that's why you lost your memories and sense of pain, and why you were asleep for that whole time. It was all the result of one agonizing decision Naori made to save your life.
Oh man.
Yeah. If it weren't for her, I wouldn't even be alive today. I owe her everything. More than I could ever hope to repay.
Now that you know how she felt, how do you plan on honoring her wishes?
She kept her promise. If the Renan people she fought so desperately to protect are at risk from a malevolent force, then I owe it to her to carry on her fight. Naori was the one who put that mask on me, and made me Iron Mask.
She did it to prevent your soul from tearing itself apart. She knew you might lose your memories and sense of pain as a result. But more than anything, she wanted you to survive. And you did.
10% chance. Alphen, you lucky ass bastard. Okay, let's see. Classified area. Oh, this looks like a boss area. Oh boy. Let's see, new. Can I enter you? Nope. It's a dead end. What about the other side? I see treasure. Damn it. I'm full of all this stuff because like, I want to be like super prepared when I get into a fight that I don't run out of important shit. Alright, weird ass door, open up. Oh god, we're back into
This
the butthole
place.
area.
We've seen this in one
Oh,
of
we
Naori's
have.
memories.
Of course.
A channeling ceremony.
After 300 years, this is where it was held. The spirit channeling ceremony. This is where the Renis Alma was.
So this is the place where you and Naori...
The Renis Alma isn't here now. Nor is the Red Woman, it seems.
I know it's difficult, Alphen, but there will be time to dwell on the past later. For now, we need to keep moving. Come on.
What the?
Naori? What is this? Is it the work of Dana's will again?
It's been a year since the ceremony.
A year?
That
What?
day, I shut away inside of myself the power that caused Alphen to lose control. Since then, my visions of the future have grown more and more fearsome.
What does that mean?
Is this another memory? No, it's different this time. It's like she's speaking directly to us.
What we did back then. Not so much as a day passes when I don't think about it. About what was done to us. All in the name of a ceremony. The purpose of which we were never even told. As Sovereign, they linked Alphen's consciousness to Lenegis itself.
Wait, what? That's what this could.
The Renis Alma was intended to control his power, lest anything should slip through its cracks. That day, as Maiden, my role was to temper his power. I was meant to guide it forth, and give shape to the strength inside of him.
Linked to Lenegis itself? But then, everything that's been happening...
Is it because Volron? Is it because we beat his ass
That
up?
power showed me a vision. A vision of oblivion. When I realized that vision was a prophecy of the apocalypse we were about to unleash, I couldn't go through with it. But without a maiden, the ceremony was doomed. Alphen lashed out, his consciousness no longer his own. I did what I could. Using my abilities as the maiden, I tried to seal that power away inside of me. But it was too late. Lenegis had already been brought to its knees. Thousands upon thousands of lives so cruelly snuffed out. All because of me. Because of what I had done.
Oh my god. What a guilt.
With the destructive force now slumbering inside of me, I knew I had to find a way to dispose of it. Anything to make up for my failure. But I didn't know how.
To bear a child?
Especially since that power was astral energy itself. In which case, ironically enough, the Renis Alma seemed to be my best bet. That, at least, would hold the astral energy dormant. Assuming that no malevolent third party got to it first. With the Sovereign and Maiden's combined power, perhaps I could shift the chaotic energy inside me into the Renis Alma instead.
Is that why the crown contest is around?
That's what I hoped, but alas, it was not to be. The Renis Alma was lost.
Wait,
And
lost?
Alphen the Sovereign was in a starship bound for Dana.
What do you mean the
My
Renis
only
Alma is
choice
lost?
was to seal away the destructive force inside of me using my powers as the Maiden. To buy the world what little time I could. The time needed for a new Renis Alma to be crafted. And for a new Sovereign to appear. Even if by doing so, it meant I would be passing the curse onto my descendants as well. Please, forgive me. I never meant to burden the future world with this threat too. I only wish that there was something more I could have done.
Wait, you can't just...
Yeah, you said it, Chion. You can't just, like, say all that and leave.
Naori.
That message just now, was it directly from Naori? Or was it the Danan voice speaking through her?
I'm pretty sure that was, in fact, Naori. What the? What? Magically change the clothes?
What?
These are the clothes that Naori and I wore during the ceremony 3 centuries ago.
So you're saying this is the maiden's outfit?
That's right. These clothes are designed to resonate with the Sovereign and Maiden's abilities. They focus and enhance them.
And they appeared now because...
Yeah, good point. Like, why
Naori
now?
must have left them here for the new Sovereign and Maiden, knowing the day would come when they would need them in their fight against the Thorns.
Fight against the Thorns. What is that?
These outfits are directly linked to the answers we've been chasing this whole time. If they're here, it must mean it was Naori's will for us to find those answers as well.
Locating the Renis Alma would allow us to neutralize the dark astral energy inside Xion, thereby silencing her thorns. Is that what Naori's suggesting?
It makes sense. After all, Master Cores and Spirit Vessels are both able to prevent the astral energy inside them from developing sentience.
By that logic, it would stand to reason that the Renis Alma would have the same ability on a larger scale.
We have a Maiden and Sovereign.
But no Renis Alma.
Now all we need is the Renis Alma, and we'll finally be able to free you of your thorns. Xion.
It's possible? You really think so?
I do. We can rid you of your thorns and stop the world from falling to oblivion.
However, the spirit channeling ceremony already failed once. Even if our goal is different this time, we can't be sure the same thing won't happen again. We should take care not to be too optimistic.
That's a
You're
fair
right.
assessment.
It's the barest sliver of a chance. But if there's even the slightest hope it can work, I'm willing to stake everything I've got on it.
I know it's too early to let myself feel relieved, but I just can't seem to help it. Just hearing there's the slightest chance, even though I know the world's still in great peril. It's selfish of me, I know, but still.
No, it isn't. You found hope to believe in. It'd be strange if you weren't over the moon about it.
Grinwell's right. We can rid you of your curse and still save the world at the same time.
Thank you. Naori entrusted us with the fate of all humanity. Now, it's up to us to prove that trust was well placed.
Starting with a little game called Hunt the Renis Alma.
Yeah, we've come all this
Wow.
way. Now
Way
we
to
just
make
need to search Lenegis
Temple
and Lena
Crisis
until we
into
find
a
it.
fun little game.
Yeah, we can protect the world and save Xion at the same time.
I too shall lend my services. My knowledge of Renin lore is bound to be a useful asset.
And they say modesty is dead.
Miracles just seem to follow wherever you go, huh?
How do you know it's me they're following? We're all in this together, Xion. You included. Now let's get moving, shall we? Last I heard, we had an apocalypse to stop. Thank you, Naori.
Now, where do we find Volron and the whole,
So Naori
Red
sealed
Woman?
away the power that made me lose control of myself. She stopped my rampage and saved my life. But then, that power she'd sealed away was passed down to you. I'm so sorry, Xion. It's my fault that you're cursed.
You're wrong. What happened to you was because of the ceremony, and Naori's attempt to stop Oblivion. You paid a heavy price for it, and then fell asleep for 300 years. The reason you lost your memories.
Is the reason for your curse.
The thorns.
It all leads back to them. But once they're gone, we can finally put an end to all this.
When my thorns are gone, I never dared to dream that such a thing could be possible. No, the truth is, I think maybe I've always been dreaming about a life without my thorns. The touch of my family, or playing with my friends, holding hands with Rinwell, or giving Law a deserved smack, embracing everyone. All the normal things that people do together. I always wished I could experience them for myself, and finally know what they were like. Is it really okay for me to believe it can happen? I'm so scared of getting my hopes up. What if it doesn't work out in the end, and...
That's not going to happen. I'm here to make sure it won't. Forget fate or destiny or anything else. We're going to live a normal life. There are a lot of things you still want to do, right?
Yeah, you're right. It's such a strange feeling. I know that we've still got plenty of fighting up ahead. And it's for my sake. So I can live.
You're worth fighting for.
I believe you, Alphen.
Good. I'll keep on fighting. For as long as it takes. Until our future is finally in our hands.
Oh. Oh, finally another panel for Shion. Go, reduced art casting. I got like a fuck ton of points from like all that grinding from before, so perfect. Max you out. Perfect. Oh shit. We got some other stuff. Whoa, they changed the panel too. That's pretty cool. I love the fact that they changed like the background over here to wherever you are in the story. Damn it, I need my my good armor. Why did you switch it out? Oh. Is it any good though? Oh, it's even better than my Atonement Age. Okay. My Rose dress is better. Did we give anything else? Nope, nope.
Sounds like this Naori chick had quite the big heart.
Her position demanded nothing less. From the sound of things, she didn't focus on differences, least of all those between Renans and Danans.
Yeah. It was Naori who first showed me that such a thing was even possible. And then she saved my life by sending me back home to Dana.
Not only that, but she willingly stayed behind on Lenegis for the sake of her people. It sounds like she was quite the hero, all right. A truly caring person.
It's as if walls meant nothing to her. The one separating the Renans from the Danans,
You
or
mean like the
herself
walls
from
that
others.
Alphen
She had
breaks
no
down?
need for them.
Which basically meant that she never had anything to break down in the first place, huh? Yeah. I think you may be right about that.
You inherited that legacy. Her wish for the world.
Don't I know it?
She's kind of like a lodestar guiding our way, showing us what we can aspire to.
Okay. What's it say? The pedestal where the Renus Alma sat 300 years ago. Now it gives us no trace of power. What, are we just heading out? Just like that? Wait, is there something on the other side? You never know. Wait. Wait, there's two doors. Oh, that means... Ah, that way. Damn it, I can't jump down from here. There we go. Alright, where do you lead? Mysteries afoot all over the place. Whoop. Are we doing a boss fight right here and now? Before the butthole?
That's quite some door, all right. This might finally be it. The heart of the beast.
We'll find the Renus Alma and the Red Woman inside, right?
After everything we've been through to get here, they damn well better be.
We'll probably be needing you to open this one for us, Sovereign.
Go for it, Alphen.
can totally imagine a lot of people doing like Alphen and Cheon cosplay.
This is it, guys. Time to see what secrets are in store.
Well, that definitely says boss fight right there. Oh, strange manner.
We're a long way from the residential quarters now. It looks completely different.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, this place... it reminds me more of being back inside the wedge.
Except the Danon astral energy feels even stronger here.
In a portion of the city reserved purely for the Renin Sovereign.
Maybe he just has strange tastes?
This place looks like it has been here for quite some time now. If its design were a matter of personal preference, we would be talking from centuries ago. Or perhaps even further back. Still, this isn't the sort of decadence of taste spoken of in artistic circles. So what is it then?
Hold up, decadence? Artistic circles?
When a preference is indulged to its extreme, it descends into kitsch, eccentricity for the sake of it.
Oh, he's not gonna understand any of those big words.
That depends. Does it involve you buying me lunch?
Yeah.
The void that art fills isn't the stomach.
I like how
It's the
Rinwell
soul.
and Kisara just like staring
I'll
them
let you know
down.
the next time my soul starts to rumble.
Now all we need is something to fill up the void inside your head.
Shut up!
Oh, Rinwell. Not that we've had any fights this far. Okay.
Volron! He really
What?
was still alive.
And there's the Renis Alma. Then, is this another spirit channeling ceremony?
Wait, though. Something doesn't seem right here.
All once more, the powers must be united. Born from the fires of chaos, the world does seek its rightful state. All must be sacrificed in the heart of Rena, at the shrine of the true sovereign.
What has happened to him? He's lost himself, reduced to a mere cog in a machine.
Hey, look! Over there!
Isn't that the Maiden's crest?
Wait. How?
Can it be that this entire chamber is meant to act as a substitute for the Maiden?
What?
It looks like it's still running, but... are we already too late to stop the ceremony?
If that's what caused Lenegis' transformation, then the purpose of the ceremony must have been to drain all the astral energy out of Dana.
But for what purpose? What could possibly need astral energy on that sort of scale?
I don't know. But whatever it is, I'll bet it's connected to those visions of oblivion. Regardless, we cannot stand by and let them steal Dana's energy. That said, we should retrieve the Renis Alma. Because right now, we need that most of all.
But who's gonna stop us?
He's not gonna lunge at us out of nowhere, right?
Not the time, Law.
Alphen, look!
The Red Woman!
Oh, is she the new
So
maiden?
we finally found you. I have a lot of questions for you.
Wait!
What?
They all have the same face? How is
What?
that even possible?
That? What the?
What is this?
That's quite the
Who the hell
armament
are
right there.
they?
It can't be. Are they even people?
It's hard to know for sure, but I think they're the true rulers of Rena.
That's some cool armor, though, I gotta say. The red one. Three
They're
of
not
them.
feeling particularly talkative.
It's no use, Alphen. If we don't fight, we may as well be sitting ducks here.
Good point. Let's stop them before this gets out of hand.
It was
Blah,
nice
blah,
while
blah,
it was
blah.
Can't move.
Don't
Damn it.
give up! Lightning condemns!
I'll smash you!
Not in your dreams! A chain
Can't
between
get out of
blah,
this.
blah, blah, magic,
We're strong.
illusion!
Okay, gonna use a life bottle. Where is it? There we go.
The waters of creation.
Wait, are they three separate beings or what? I see like one single bar though.
Try this! Life inside me yearns to be let free!
The waters of creation.
Here I come! Azure Storm! No escape! It's on!
Come on, come on.
Take
Woo.
this!
Okay.
Incineration Wave! Jump!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished! My
Do it.
turn.
Water astral energy.
We take them out? Wow, nice.
Surrender! Fighting is useless now!
Do you think it's really over?
I highly doubt that.
Astral energy. Watch out. They've got something up their sleeve.
What the hell just happened?
What? It's self-destructed?
Alvin!
I'm
What
okay.
happened?
Just a little roughed up.
You had me worried there.
Now just to grab the Renaissance. Right?
Who said you could touch that?
He's alive?
Damn it! He's awake!
I should have thought as much.
So you know this place?
Naturally. It was built for me, after all. We'll save that for another time. More pressing is how I'm going to tear you apart.
Really? Is this the time for
Even
that shit?
after all this time, you still insist on hating me?
You cut me down. Sovereign or not, you will pay for that.
What makes you think I can win a second time?
You're obviously bluffing. You can't even move right now.
Really, is that what you think? Did you really think that such a petty device could hold me?
Are you going to claim it's because you're a ruler? Be it sovereigns or lords. In the end, they're all titles given by someone else.
Plus, what kind of ruler would spend all his time chasing Alphen, who happens to be another sovereign?
Idle prattle. I proved my worth and the Sovereign's powers were granted to me.
Were they really? We already know the title of Sovereign doesn't denote royalty. It is but an overblown codename for those with a designated part to play in these proceedings. You mentioned before that you were not the only one stolen from Dana, correct?
Yeah. There were countless. And every one of them besides me.
Wait, does that mean Volron is Danon? What?
All of those failed experiments, and they still kept going back to Dana. There must have been some vital reason their subject had to specifically be a Danon. Then there were the records we found in the library, for you and Volron. They were logged 300 years apart, and yet the data they took from you was exactly the same. Which leads us to a single conclusion.
Then you mean Voron was kidnapped just like Alphen? But then he became a...
A what? A Renan?
Slave from Dana. Just like us.
Isn't
Isn't
that
that
right?
right?
Volron.
Volron.
So he posed as a Renan and caused all that suffering to his own people?
How could you? If you knew the pain of being a slave, why would you inflict that upon others?
Renan and Danon are meaningless distinctions. Me and everyone else. That is all that matters.
That means he's Danon.
I will stand above all others and take what is rightfully mine, starting with this.
Oh. The Red Woman.
A red woman?
Another one?
Give your master back on Rena this message. No one makes a fool of me. Let them know I'll make them suffer.
What does that mean? What is going on?
Don't do it!
Wait.
Serenus Alva!
The fuck is going on?
It's too late. You can't stay here.
We need to go. Alfred!
Well, he's just left for dead at this point. No. What? No. Jump. Jump. Question mark. Yeah, I thought for sure like this might be the end, but like, good God, I have no idea where this story is going, to be honest. I have no idea how much more there is to the game at this point. He's just like standing there jealous as fuck.
Go. But know I will be your shadow no matter where you try to run.
Let's go.
What does that mean? Is he still after us? Even after all of this?
Never forget, I am the one who devours everything. Who answers to neither spirit nor man. My word is law. I am.
Okay.
Are you two okay?
Yeah. We'll be fine.
I thought for sure we were gonna be fighting Volron
Is
here.
Volron... Have we finally seen the last of him?
We
No
can
body,
but
no
hope.
death. First rule.
Those red women. What the heck was their deal?
Could they be the ones behind all this? The same ones who put those soldiers and Faria in a trance?
What? Those brainless things? Either way,
Talking about yourself,
they've done
Law?
a runner with the Renaissance.
Uh,
Damn it, that's the second time now.
Whatever's stolen from us, we'll steal it back. The future's ours to protect. And right now, those things are what's standing in our way. We can head them off at Rena.
Did you say Rena?
wait, we're actually going to that planet? I didn't think we
Volron
would actually
mentioned
go
a
there.
master of theirs holed up in the motherland somewhere.
If that monstrous form's their true identity, I shudder to think who they take orders from.
Yeah. There's a good chance it's not human. That's for sure.
So this thing over on Rena, that's what's really behind all this, huh?
They have the Renaissance in their grasp already, so it's unlikely they'll have cause to return to Dana. I agree that Rena's our best shot.
Good thing we got a
Then
spaceship.
we're agreed. Let's head back to the starship.
But
And it is
seriously,
crazy.
I was not expecting Voron to actually be here.
He seemed to care not one whit about Brennan's or Danan's.
Yeah, not in a good way like with us.
I didn't see that coming about Volron. As for those red women, to think they were monsters all along.
Tell me about it. One minute they look perfectly human. Next thing you know, they're not actually human at all.
They definitely weren't Renan or Danon. I'm not even sure language would get through to them.
So what were they then? Human Zoogle hybrids?
That might, they might
Is the
actually be
most
that.
terrifying thing anyone said all day.
How about you, Shion? Dohalie? You ever seen anything like that before?
No, never. However, if they're the same as the Red Woman we've seen with Volron, I think it's safe for us to assume they understand our language at the very least.
I had just so much I wanted to ask them.
My
About
God.
Rena. And Shion's thorns.
Just when
Unfortunately, they blew themselves up before we got the chance. Why would they do such a thing, though? To take us with them? Or in order to keep something hidden.
Both sound plausible to my ears. They took off with the Renis Alma too, remember?
Yeah, they did. And the next time we meet them, we're going to make sure they tell us everything they know.
Damn, just when you thought you figured out, like, it revealed most of the plot points about the start, and now you're just left with more questions than you started out with. God! Anyway, before we continue this, I'm gonna take a quick pee break. I'll be right back. Alright. Okay, let's get back to it. Now, what is our objective here? Head back to Falrand. Can I just fast travel over there? Falrand? Yeah. Wait, is Falrand the name of the ship? Okay, I'm just gonna follow this anyway. Because I can't seem to find it on like the fast travel. Hold on, I'm gonna do a quick check here. What's this? Okay, alright. Back to it. Head back to... I assume that's the name of the ship. If that's the case, then we might as well just fast travel. Damn it, we can't fast travel. Never mind. Guess we're taking the long route. We must be way further ahead. Why wouldn't you let us like fast travel back? Like I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure it's way back, and I'm pretty sure that's the name of the ship, but okay. There we go. I wonder what happened to the city. Oh, the guys that we... Oh, never mind. I was about to say that the guards that we usually fight aren't here, but oh well.
Hi, Hoodle!
Nothing gets by me! Need to
If you won't bow on tight, then you leave me no choice! This one's mine! Now!
No escape!
Super Turbo Dance!
Too back!
I'll trip it up.
Totally! In an instant! Impact cross!
I'm practically unstoppable.
Hold on. Almost went the wrong way. At least I think I did. Did I? Oh god. I'm getting turned around. Am I heading the right way? Yes. Pretty sure. Oh god. Am I heading the right way? Oh god. Okay, there we go. wait, no, this isn't the right way. Ah, anyway, the crystal's here, so it's fine.
Let's dispose of the trash.
Here goes!
Incineration wave! Azure Storm!
Resurrection!
You're mine! Catch Azure Storm!
These ones can run rings around us!
Ignite!
First strike!
Leave the inferno to me.
Yeah!
Resurrection!
To me! Now! Here I
Reload!
come!
Tracing orb!
Azure Storm!
From in a bind?
Nice.
Remember to tell me if you need healing.
I expect you'll be in high demand if that's the case.
Is he basically saying that he's just gonna get plenty injured? That's why he's gonna need him. Okay, now I just have to figure out where the actual way to get back is. I'm not great with mazes. Okay, there we go. This way, that way. Got it. Should be able to run past the mantis. There we go. No, stick to the corner. I should be fine. There we go. No need to fight him. Wonder what happened to the city since that Forbidden Zone got hit.
What the? When did it get pitch dark all of a sudden?
Yeah.
The lights are all out. Think it has something to do with the explosion back in the Forbidden Zone? Doe?
Of course, she's
You two.
back.
Faria, Avakir. Thank goodness you're safe.
Avakir filled me in about everything. About how I ambushed you all.
She doesn't remember a thing, so she really was being controlled.
He told me about Tarnigan, too. Is it true?
What difference does it make? What's done is done.
Stop casting me off, just for once!
Faria, not now. It can wait. Dohalim, Lenegus is in grave peril.
So I can see.
It's the city's core reactor. It's damaged. Some of the basic systems we've managed to keep online, but complete restoration still a way off.
Oh god.
You're an elite technician, though. You can fix it, right?
If so, then what's the problem?
Panic's begun to set in among the citizens. Until now, whenever something like this happened, the Sovereign would issue a decree. But this time, not so much as a peep. Any longer, and we run the risk of riots breaking out before we can get things back up and running.
Forget the Sovereign. I doubt you'll be hearing from him anytime soon.
What's that supposed to mean? Do you know something I don't?
Suffice it to say, the Sovereign isn't the kind of ruler we thought he was. That is, if he ever even existed, which is looking doubtful at this stage.
Are you out of your mind? Why, if people knew that a lord such as yourself was whispering such blasphemy, they'd...
There's no time to explain now. It sounds like we need to find a way to keep Lenegus from spiraling out of control.
We need to stop that riot.
But how do we do that?
Riots feed on discontent and unrest, right? So if we want to
All
keep
of a sudden,
the
the law is
peace,
big brain.
we just need to put people's minds at ease.
At ease. Like by letting them hear directly from someone they trust.
Like Dohalim?
That's it. Who's the highest ranking person in Lenegus right now?
Dohalim? Yeah?
Lenegus wouldn't have a next in line. After all, you said the Sovereign rules over everyone directly, right?
Correct. The closest thing to an authority figure would be a lord. And the only one left is...
Very well then. He took a while to pick up on that.
Avakir, you mentioned a few facilities were still online. Which ones?
Why hasn't the Sovereign said anything?
Please, won't somebody explain what's going on?
Is it over? What's going to happen to all of us? Heed me now, fellow Renans of Lenegus. It is I, Lord Dohalim Ilkaris of Elda Menancia.
Look, up there! It's Lord Dohalim!
Hold on! He should be in the crown contest! Shouldn't he? Why isn't the Sovereign talking to us?
He is the Sovereign, quote-unquote.
The Sovereign is seeing to other matters right now. In my capacity as Lord, I speak to you in his stead. You're afraid, as people so often are when faced with the unknown. I hope you'll allow me to put your fears to rest. The city's core reactor has experienced a malfunction. However, we have our top engineers attending to the matter, and things will soon be back to normal. I know that you feel abandoned, perhaps more scared and alone than ever before. But I ask you all to keep one thing in mind. You are Lenegus, not the Lords and Sovereign. The solidarity of its citizens is the mortar that holds it together. If we don't allow ourselves to be distracted by our differences, if we put our hearts and minds together and stand as one, I am confident we will find new hope. I would be honored to stand with you. Not as a person of loftier rank, but as another human being among many. I hope that you'll lend me your strength, for if we can persevere as one, I know a bright tomorrow awaits.
Oh. Perfect timing. Wow. I was about to say, like, how did they get the projector
seems to
and
have
all
done
that?
the trick. Looks like the city won't be descending into chaos after all.
I only pray the relief will tide the city over for the time being.
What you said earlier, about the Sovereign possibly not even existing, was it true?
It's still too premature to say with any certainty, but I believe so. This whole time, this world we've been fed was a lie, built on nothing but falsehoods.
But it can't all have been...
I can believe it. After everything I saw in the Forbidden Zone, what they
He
did
was
to
following
Faria,
in, right?
it's the only explanation that makes sense.
But what about hierarchy, Avakir? Authority? The very foundations of Renan society? How can we live without someone to guide us?
I'd say we found someone capable of doing just that, wouldn't you?
Oh, no.
You? You can't be serious.
I have business I must take care of first. But once everything is over, I shall return. But not as your sovereign, nor as a leader the likes of which the people here are used to, I think.
But how else do you propose to rule?
I'm not sure yet. All I have is a feeling that here in Lenegus, a new dawn is on the verge of breaking. One in which people won't be judged by birthright or on the power of their astral arts, but on other things. More important things. Things like, oh, I don't know, musical talent, for example.
When I bumped into you after all those years, I said you were no different. But I was wrong. Truth is, you were always different. I feel like maybe now I can finally begin to accept Turnigan's death. To see a future.
Oh, sure, now, after all that years of accessing and hate over Dohalim, sure.
You go finish whatever it is you've got to do. I'll hold down the fort here in Lenegus till you get back.
Thank you.
I guess you're not going to make it to Menancia for the foreseeable future, huh?
Indeed. Forgive me.
The people of Elda Menancia can look after themselves just fine. It's the ones here on Lenegus who need someone to guide them. Besides, with you leading the people here, it'll help spread the idea of coexistence beyond Menancia's borders that much faster.
Sounds like you're in it for the long haul.
How could I not be, after the second chance that I've been granted? From this day forth, I shall dedicate myself to the future inhabitants of this world. Though the memories of the departed shall remain forever in my heart.
Remember, you're going to be leading the people here, not ruling them.
True enough. Whatever would I do without you, Kisara?
Oh no.
With or without her, I suspect you're gonna have your hands full when the time comes. We should be heading back to the ship. Business on Rena awaits.
Actually, I wasn't entirely sure we would actually go to Rena as part of the story. Don't know. Don't think it'll be like huge expansive areas, but you know. Ooh, new points. Increase down damage, blah blah blah. Ground dasher. Ooh, improve healing arts. Yes, please. Myriad monikers. And there's still so many skills yet.
Looks like the people of Lenegis can rest easy.
I couldn't have done it without your words of encouragement, Law.
Hey, you're the one who made the speech.
I think everybody can share the credit here.
Okay.
In one
One's own
sense,
master.
when all is said and done, perhaps I have been a slave this whole time too.
You, a Renan lord? How do you figure that exactly?
I was complicit in the Renan system, bound by its values, resigned to being swept along, without the resolve to take a stand. And when I realized the severity of my mistake, all I longed for was punishment. A lord. And yet my first instinct was to place my fate in the hands of others.
I think I can relate. I couldn't stand watching my people bow and scrape their way through life, but I didn't know what else I could do about it either. The ability to think for yourself and be your own master. That's what separates a slave from a free person. At least, that's what Law's dad Zephyr used to say. Zephyr taught me how to fight. But in doing so, he also taught me how to live.
Even if it means
Zephyr
stumbling
already.
along the way. If it's on a road of our own choosing, free of regret. Why, that's the road of freedom. Or, to put it another way, so long as his heart is compromised, even the loftiest of kings is no freer than a slave. I think I finally understand now. This Zephyr character sounds like he was a wise man indeed. I only wish I could have met him.
There's just so much I wish I could ask him, especially now. I wonder, have I been correctly carrying on the torch that he passed to me?
Alfred might as well be Zephyr's son at this point. Alongside Law.
How long have you known?
Known what?
I was about to ask
the
the same thing.
darkness I carry inside me. You seem to have been aware of it for quite some time now.
Why ask me now? What does it matter? But yes, I have. I've pretty much known that something was gnawing at you ever since we left Menancia.
So basically since the very start of our journey then. Just when I thought I couldn't feel more ashamed.
Leave the past
Ashamed
where
of
it
what,
belongs.
though?
We have no need for it now. You're forging ahead. That's what matters. If my brother could see you, he'd be proud.
Not as proud as he would be of his sister, I'm sure.
Well then, just as well it's not a competition, huh?
Leaving the nest.
Kisara? Anyone at home in there?
Sorry. Did I look distracted?
Among other things. To be entirely honest, I couldn't tell whether you were smiling or frowning.
You were thinking about Dohalim, weren't you?
That obvious, huh? I was just thinking how good it is to see him moving forward at last. It was always so infuriating, knowing how capable he could be if he just put his mind to it. A prisoner trapped in a cage of his own self-doubt. But now, he's finally beginning to spread his wings. I'm happy for him.
So, then why do you look so sad?
Like a proud mother
Oh,
or
I
a
don't know if
proud
I'd
lover?
say sad. There's a bittersweetness to it, I guess. It's good and strange, knowing that he won't be needing me anymore. It probably sounds weird, doesn't it? I have this massive worry off my mind. I should be jumping up and down for joy, right?
Must be that maternal instinct of yours at work.
Rinwell's right. You're like a mother bird, finally letting go as her child takes his first shaking and nervous flight from the nest.
A pretty big child.
Yeah.
That's one way to look at it. I wouldn't like to see Dohalim's face if he heard you say that. All this has made me realize I can't allow myself to become a prisoner of my own making like he was. If Dohalim can forge his own path ahead, then I can too. I won't be left behind.
Okay, now where's that path back? Okay. Can I really not fast travel? God damn it all. Okay. Somewhere here? Yeah. Yep. This way. Oh man, this place is huge. Why would you not allow fast travel at this point in the game? Ugh. Oh, I just realized there's a chest I missed. Not that I have like the storage for it. Wait, is this right spot? There we go.
I thought we'd find answers on Lenegis, but we just ended up finding more questions.
You can say that again. And now we have more problems to fix too. Like figuring out how to reform Lenegis.
Reform Lenegis? Why do you need to reform that? Oh,
That can wait for now.
Never mind.
We've got more than enough on our plates to deal with as it is. Like figuring out who's really running the show on Rena.
Yeah. Which is why we're going to the Renan homeworld.
All the answers we've been looking for are on that planet. The person responsible for all this. The Red Woman and the Renaissalma. The answers have to be there. Are we prepared to finally find them?
So, what do we do first when we get there?
We know nothing about the Renan homeworld or what we might face once we arrive. We should get a feel for how things are on the ground before we take any serious steps.
It's also entirely possible that the first thing we're going to face is an attack.
If we come across a capital, we should...
What's up with the scream?
What?
What the fuck? They're in space? What the fuck are these... What the fuck are these women? What the heck are they doing? What the fuck? What the fuck are they? They sure are creepy as fuck.
Damn! The hell just happened?
Our course has been altered. The coordinates are pointing to a different destination.
What's that?
The ship's controls aren't accepting my commands. The engine is being shut down.
That's bad, right?
Very bad.
Quite bad. We've lost control of the ship.
Is all of this the Red Women's doing?
Are they trying to finish us off before we can land?
Everyone! Look there!
Where are we? What the heck is going on? What the fuck? What the heck? What? Are we talking about like a fucking Death Star thing going on right now? What the fuck? What the hell is going on? It's like a giant space rose. What the fuck?
A flower blooming out of Rena?
I wouldn't call it a
That
planet
flower
anymore.
looks like it's absorbing all of Dana's energy.
And it appears Lenegis is serving as a conduit for that energy to reach here. Could that have been its true purpose all along?
If that's true, do you think the people back on Lenegis are all right?
We can only pray that they are.
Damn it! Haven't they taken enough already? When is this going to end?
I'm wondering that myself. Like,
The
oh,
Flower of Oblivion.
With everything that's happening, we need to get back to Lenegis. Is the ship still offline?
we just left Lenegis
Unfortunately,
and now we're
yes.
going back.
Even more so than when it lay dormant.
Can you fix it?
Starships are extremely complex machines. One wrong move while we're out here in space could very well cost us our lives.
So what? We're just stuck inside here, floating around? For how long?
I'm sure another 3 centuries will do.
I don't believe this. We've made it all this way, and now we're stuck here? We're watching Dana die before our eyes, and we have no choice but to sit here and starve to death?
Law, calm down! You're not the only one who's worried here.
Right. Sorry.
It's still too early to give up. There has to be a way to get out of this.
Alphen.
Now
What was that?
The starship, it's back online?
Huh?
No, this is different. Something is pulling our ship in towards it.
What? You mean a tractor beam? Oh god. Man, this whole sci-fi stuff is really taking this story around. The fuck is that? That's not Lenegis. Now that looks like a Death Star weapon.
We managed to get moving, but where are we?
It looks like Lenegis in here.
Do you think we might run into more Renans here? Or those red women?
Perhaps. Someone brought us here. The question is, who?
We haven't been ambushed, so that probably means they aren't hostile. Still, why would anyone want to bring us here?
Good question.
Hey, Shion!
If they wanted to attack us, they could have done so while we were back on the starship. We should see where this path takes us.
Alphen in his prime.
Damn, I can't believe I'm still standing after that.
Nice, Alphen! You did it!
You cleared the solo fights! That's amazing!
Are you
wow,
alright?
is this really
You're
the time
not
for the
hurt,
shit?
are you?
I'm fine, really. Just a little wiped is all.
This is from the
Truth be
training
told,
grounds,
I'm
I
just
think.
glad to see all that
I just
hard
don't know why to
training
play it
paid
here.
off in the end.
That was simply marvelous, Alphen. Were I still a lord, I would happily extend an invitation to join the Menancian Guards.
Now that would have been interesting. I bet he would have made a good guardsman.
Sure. But then we wouldn't have him with us to complete our quest.
True. There'd still be a lot of walls for us to tear down if I left to join the guardsmen.
A valid point, and one that I hadn't considered. Forget that I ever said anything.
I'm only as strong as I am today because of all of you. Everything we've done as a group brought me here. I can't even begin to say how thankful I am to know each and every one of you. Truly. Thank you, everyone.
For context, guys, this is because I cleared out some of the ultimate challenges in the training grounds. I don't know why they're playing now, but that's why it's if it seems kind of out of context of what's going on right now.
Boo!
What the? Are you out of your mind? This isn't the time for games, Rinwell!
Oh, come on! How am I supposed to resist with you looking all jittery like that?
Kisara in the background
It's
just
called
watching.
experiencing feelings appropriate to the situation. You ought to try it sometime.
Yeah, but seeing you act all nervous, you're making me start to feel nervous too.
Oh, sorry.
Staying alert is important, but too much caution can cloud your judgment. Try to strike a balance.
Anyway, wait. What does it say, that question mark thing? Examine? The starship, blah blah blah, is in okay, they shouldn't take off.
I still can't get over what we saw happening outside the starship.
Yeah, our planet's really not doing too hot right about now.
I've only ever seen Rena from the surface of Dana, so I figured it was just another round planet like ours. Still though, I never would have imagined Rena actually looked like that. And what's the deal with that giant flower coming out of it?
Yeah, that is weird.
Beats
That's
me.
not even a planet.
I have absolutely no clue. It's so surreal. It looks like a broken egg or something.
Yeah.
Rena and Dana. We were taught that both worlds were spherical bodies that floated amongst the stars in the heavens. But to think that they lied to us not only about the Sovereign and the Crown contest,
I mean,
but
what do you
also the
expect if they
form
lied
of our
about
own
that?
planet.
Dohalim.
Okay, who's the wise guy that summoned us here?
Someone formidable enough to bring our starship along with us.
They must be here somewhere. Let's find them.
That
Keeping
beam of
calm.
light joining Dana and Rena. It was the Renan side that it first came from, right?
That's what it looked like. And then the Danon side responded.
Perhaps it was some kind of directive from the Renan homeworld? To reawaken the Wedge and Lenegis?
Which would mean that whoever's behind all this is on Rena after all. But what are they after? Is it really worth going through all this trouble just to steal Dana's energy?
Try to stay calm. With so many factors we don't understand, dwelling on it won't get us anywhere. What is it?
No, it's just... Zephyr once told me the same thing. So much for me making progress, huh?
You made it this far, didn't you? You notice something, you change it. That's all anyone can do. But you can't stand still in the meantime.
Oh. Okay. Elevator. Activate. What the? How many levels are there? Inaccessible. Okay. Central, why is the central level accessible? What about the top bottom level? Okay. Okay, I've got to check this. Wait, oh, hold on. Upper level? No. Lower level? Okay. This is the only way we could go anyway. What is up with the plants here? Growing oxygen here? Is this a door? No. Is this a door? No. Oh, this is starting to look like that place again. What the hell is going on here? Wait, is it Naori? Question mark? Is she alive? In hibernation as well?
This place looks a lot like that room we saw back in the Forbidden Zone.
Huh? What's that?
Who's that? Wait, it's a purple version of the red woman when they were at monster states.
It's one of those!
A red woman in disguise. Or is this their true form?
So it was a trap?
It doesn't look like it can move. Tell me, are you the one who brought us here?
Oh.
That is correct.
Whoa.
It is unusual for me to have unexpected guests these days.
It can talk.
That kind of freaked me out, the robot voice.
What are you?
Hevrect 35.
What does that mean?
Hevrect 35. Is that your name?
Correct.
What is this place? No, wait, before that, just what exactly are you? Are you somehow associated with the Red Women?
Before I answer, I have a question for you. How did you all arrive in this sector?
Sector? What the heck do you mean?
We did not come to this place by choice. Our ship was brought here against our will, by a group of red women who can shift into the same form as you.
In that case, we can assume my brethren who serve the Great Spirit have deemed you all to be a threat most grave.
What do you mean, serve? Are you saying there really is someone more powerful than the Red Women, pulling their strings?
What the heck?
What did you do to us?
I examined your bodies. You have not been harmed in any way. Identifiers detected. The Sovereign and Maiden are among you. However, you aren't under its control. I see why they viewed you as a danger now.
Oh, goody. More riddles.
Do you think we can trust this thing?
Like it or not, it may be our best chance at a ticket out of here. Let's at least hear it out.
I shall now answer your questions. We are Helganquil.
Helganquil? What the fuck?
The red women you encountered previously are a form of disguise we employ from time to time, but not our true form.
Helganquil?
You are on Dake Phasol, a celestial base which drifted here by accident. The will of Rena's great spirit no longer reaches us here. Since my sudden separation from the Great Spirit's influence, I have used any and all means to extend my lifespan. As I have done so, I have also set out to monitor and research Rena and Dana from this position.
A question. What is this great spirit of which you speak? Is it something that rules over your kind?
Correct. The Great Astral Spirit is a large mass of astral energy that fills all of Rena, one with its own will, a voice we cannot refuse.
Huh.
A voice? Just like Dana.
The voice of the Great Spirit speaks to our hearts directly, and we have served it without question throughout the ages.
Does that mean it was controlling your minds? Wait a second. Could this great spirit be the true sovereign of Rena?
The true ruler of Rena.
It could be the same thing that's controlling Volron.
Wait, back up. You're telling us this great spirit of yours is the one that ordered you things to harvest the astral energy from Dana? I'm not sure I believe that.
Why not? We've already made contact with the will of Dana back in the Wedge, and in the Forbidden Zone on Lenegus. If Dana has a will of its own, I don't see why Rena wouldn't.
Yeah. Not too crazy.
Maybe not, but think about what you're saying. If Dana has a will like Rena, then that would mean that we've been controlled by the voice of Dana this whole time, just like these things.
Dana's will hasn't been forcing us to do anything.
Yeah, but...
Let's assume that what Hevrect 35 claims is true, and that we are indeed cut off from both planets. Even if we had previously been under the control of Dana's will, we would have noticed now that we are disconnected.
Your fear is not based in logic. The voice of Dana is much smaller and quieter compared to that of Rena's great spirit. Rena's astral energy is amassed at its center, whereas Dana's is shared among all its constituents. So thinly is that energy spread that it cannot coalesce and formulate a will. Our findings here indicate as much.
Which explains why we felt its will where we did. The Wedge and Lenegus are where so much of that energy had been accumulated.
The Great Spirit's desire is to consume all astral energy, and the pursuit of that desire is why you see Rena in its current state. As a result, it has turned its attention toward Dana.
Is that why the crown contest is necessary? So that the Great Spirit can feed off of Dana?
Indeed, and it was to that end that we Helganquil devised the crown contest.
What?
Had the initial spirit channeling from 300 years ago succeeded, all of Dana's astral energy would have been seized.
But the ceremony failed. Lenegus was severely damaged, and you lost both the Sovereign and the Renasalma.
Correct. A change in plan was required to ensure the spirit channeling's success. However, recreating the Renis Alma required a vast amount of energy. That is why we turned to Dana.
What? So that was the real purpose behind the crown contest. An efficient means to harvest the necessary energy from Dana.
This is all happening because of me.
Nevertheless, you still haven't answered one of Alphen's original questions. Just why have you brought us here to your base, Hevrect 35?
Oh, this is becoming way sci-fi.
Was to confirm the identities of you, my unexpected visitors. Second, it was to ascertain whether you would be likely to accept my request.
A request? But what could someone like you want us to...
I wish for you all to slay the Great Spirit.
I'm sorry, did you just ask us to kill your master?
I did. It is in your best interest that you do so, I might add.
What makes you say that?
Lenegus has entered the final stage of the spirit channeling plan. As we speak, Dana's energy is being harvested en masse and transmitted to Rena. If nothing is done about the Great Spirit, it will not be long before all is lost.
You're saying the destruction we saw earlier is just the beginning? That...
We won't let that happen.
Why do you want us to kill the Great Spirit so badly? Is it to save our world? To free you, Helganquil, from under its control? Why?
Good questions.
No. My primary concern is validating our findings and analysis, which have taken many years to realize. As such, it is my desire to see how your actions impact and change these systems. However, I will not deny that vengeance also plays a part.
Vengeance? For what?
In spite of our long service to the Great Spirit, our species is on the brink of extinction.
Does that mean that the original Renans, technically?
You mean... you're dying?
At this stage, it would be wise for you to talk with the others.
Ask
them what you need to know. Once you have your answer, return to me. If you agree to help, I shall fix your ship.
Others? Just how many of you are there?
I am the only Helganquil who inhabits Dake Faisal.
Wait, what does that mean?
Hey! Hey!
It's no use. I think it's done talking to us. Let's take a look around.
Damn, this is getting weird real fast. These things? Find the others. It seems to manage Hevrex 35's condition. Lots of vital signs stats are displayed. Can we go past here? Nope, we cannot. Okay. Where are the others?
You can't seriously be buying anything that creature told us, right? I mean, it's practically blackmailing us into doing its dirty work.
To be honest, the conversation went on for so long, I'm not sure I understood all of it. How about you, Dohalim? Were you able to follow it at all?
At the very least, everything it said about the Renan Great Spirit adds up. At the end of the day, this whole chain of events comes back to astral energy. That being said, had we not previously encountered the will of Dana, I suspect I would find its story much more difficult to believe.
The spirit of Rena wants to see Dana completely destroyed.
But why? Astral energy is supposed to be a force that creates and shapes the world.
It doesn't matter. I don't care if we're up against an entire world or what its game is. We're not going to let it destroy Dana.
Right.
There is one other thing that concerns me. How the Great Spirit, the Helganquil, and the Crown Contest are all part of a centuries-long plan is clear enough. But what about the Renans?
Yeah,
how do they factor into all this?
Now that you mention it, and all that talk, Hevrek 35 never even brought up the Renans once. And as for the Helganquil, we never did find out just what they are either.
Maybe it had a reason for keeping its silence. Or perhaps there's even more going on. Maybe the others will shed more light on the matter.
What if the Renans are like, you know, modified Danans this whole time? Oh god. Oh right, I forgot there are a few levels here. Right. Let's see. Lower level? Okay. Anything around here that you can interact with? Treasures? Oh, there's an entire room back here. Oh wait, there's stuff here. Wait, hold on. Ah! Let's see. These are Dax Faisal construction plan, showing a central elevator shaft and multiple circular areas. What's back here? Any treasures? Treasure? Nope. Just an empty room. Nothing to even investigate. Huh. What the? Who are they?
Who are they?
That's what I said.
What is it?
Oh, my apologies. It's just been so long since I've seen any humans from the outside world.
What does that mean?
Are you a Renan?
Hmm? Oh, yeah, I guess so.
Guess so? What does that mean?
The Overseer told us to answer any questions you might have. Whatever you want to know, we'll tell you as much as we can. But be quick. Our subjects are undergoing a dramatic shift that we don't want to miss.
Subjects? What do you mean, subjects?
What a weird guy.
He must have meant Hevrek 35 when he mentioned that Overseer.
And what was that about subjects? You don't think he meant Dana and Rena, do you?
What?
There isn't anyone else we can talk to. I guess we should ask around here.
Oh my god. This mystery thing is really... Wow. Oh.
Can we talk to you for a few minutes?
Sure. It's going to be a while before the two planets undergo their next shift, so I can talk until then.
Please, tell us what you know about the Helganquil.
You mean the Overseer's species? I can't say I know much about them.
Well, for starters, where'd they come from?
Where else? From Rena, obviously.
From Rena? Wait, are you telling us those things live right alongside the Renans down there?
Of course not. There's really no such thing as Renans in the first place.
Excuse me?
Oh, I thought the Overseer explained everything.
Apparently not.
Please, tell us more.
Well, in a nutshell, the Renans were originally created from Danans by the Helganquil.
But if that's true, then that would mean there aren't any people on Rena.
There aren't, but there are Helganquil. That's what the name literally means in their language, people of Rena.
But what need could they possibly have to create a whole new race of people?
It was a way to bolster their dwindling workforce. I trust you're aware that the Helganquil are on the verge of extinction, yes? In essence, we were created to carry on their work for the Great Spirit after they all die. They gathered Danans who had an affinity for astral arts and proceeded from there. That's why we, as their descendants, can all cast arts, albeit to varying degrees.
Let me get this straight. Are you saying Renans were originally created from Danans that the Helganquil kidnapped?
Wait, that explains why almost nobody can use astral arts on Dana now.
Helganquil technology is truly amazing. The way they alter their bodies is far less invasive than your conventional surgeries.
They have these tiny machines that are practically invisible, which they insert into their bodies and...
Enough! You needn't tell us anymore.
How can you speak so calmly about all of this?
I guess I can see how, when viewed in a certain light, their ways may sound grotesque. But if you ask me, I think they ultimately did us a favor. They saved us from crawling the earth in ignorance. If it meant their hands had to get a little dirty in the process, then so be it.
Wow.
Anyway, the Helganquil are the real Renans. Personally, I don't think it's such a big deal. They're also mostly the ones behind what you see going on between the two planets. I think that covers just about everything worth knowing.
Holy shit.
I see. Thanks for filling us in.
I guess I was right. The Renans are secretly Danans. Oh.
Does he really expect us to believe that Renans never truly existed? How absurd.
Dohalim.
Just when I think we're getting to the bottom of it all, some new revelation smacks
Right,
us in
Law?
the face.
Good God.
Then let's hope this is our last revelation for a while.
Yeah, I doubt that's gonna be the last. Holy shit. My God. Talk about getting your mind blown. Holy
Have
shit.
you guys lived up here in Deg Faisal with Hevrek 35 for a long time?
Yes. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head just how long it's been, though. We regularly go into stasis, so our sense of time has gotten rather out of whack over the years.
Why are you all even here in the first place?
Originally, this station was where we worked to perform maintenance on Lenegus from the outside.
We heard that the facility ended up in its current location due to an accident.
Oh, it was terrible. Apparently there was some kind of accident, and when help never arrived, they presumed the entire facility had been destroyed.
And you've been working for Hevrek 35 ever since?
Well, at first we thought that there was nobody else inside the facility, but then it turned out the Overseer was there all along.
What do you mean?
The Helganquil have the technology to cloak themselves around us Renans. As long as they don't do anything obvious, a Renan won't see one, even if it's right in front of them.
Which would explain why Shion and I failed to notice the Red Women previously. Do they employ an astral art of some sort?
I haven't been able to scientifically confirm it for myself, but from what I understand, the type of cloaking they use is primarily achieved through mechanical means. In addition, they also used hypnosis devices and information control to get us to do what they wanted without being detected. It's a pretty sophisticated operation, especially since it avoids any unnecessary conflict. I have to imagine that's how Lenegus is still run.
But aren't the Helganquil themselves controlled by the Great Spirit? If so, why aren't Renans affected by it in the same way?
The Great Spirit's mind control only works on Helganquil, so they had to employ other means to manipulate us Renans.
You act
Other
like this didn't
means?
affect you personally. If I was you, I'd be mad as hell at their deceptions.
I mean, sure, I was surprised when I first found out about it, but it happened so long ago.
I'm talking like 3 centuries.
Hevrek 35 has clearly ceased concealing itself, though. Why is that?
Who can say? My guess is it just got bored, or maybe even a little lonely.
Don't you want to go back home to Rena or Lenegis? Our ship is going to be fixed pretty soon. You could ride with us.
No way. If we went back after knowing the truth, they'd either just brainwash us or purge us outright.
After all this time, there's nothing to be gained from going back. We've all agreed it'd be best to simply stay here and watch everything unfold instead.
Things are going just fine with the Overseer. Not that it'll be around much longer. It can't extend its life any further.
That said, I'm sure it's pleased to see the final stage of the plan before it passes on, though.
Thank you for answering our questions.
My goodness. Mind-blowing facts being thrown here, man.
Do you know anything about a spirit channeling plan?
If you mean the first plan from 300 years ago, then yes. Do you know what its main objective was?
Yes. It was to use Lenegis to siphon off Dana's astral energy and send it to Rena.
Exactly. However, there were 2 problems we had to consider. First was how to collect and send such a large quantity of astral energy without it becoming sentient. Second, we had to figure out how to convert Dana's energy so it would be compatible with Rena.
I take it the solutions to those problems were to use the wedge for the collection, and then the Sovereign and Maiden to convert the energy.
We have a winner! However, the first plan failed when the Sovereign was overwhelmed and became frenzied.
There we go. Alphen right there.
The reason for that is because the Maiden lost control. I'm told he slaughtered many Renans in Helganquil that day.
Oh?
For the next plan, we tried to recreate the Renis Alma, but we didn't have nearly enough of the other non-dark astral energy types. To amend that, we set our sights on Dana, and implemented a system whereby we could extract energy from it.
And the crown contests began.
Correct. Since the Maiden had been the failing point in the previous plan, it was decided to replace her role with machinery to avoid further mishaps. A new Sovereign had to be made as well. It was such tremendously difficult work, its success was dubious. But from the look of things, it would appear such worries were unfounded.
So that's what the purpose of that room we found in the Forbidden Zone was.
What about the flower that sprouted from Rena?
Flower? Oh, that thing. That's the physical manifestation of all the astral energy that's been harvested from Dana.
Dana and flower,
As
basically.
I'm sure you've noticed, it's quite a lot of energy. At this point, it's likely that it's become physically integrated with Rena's planetary structure.
Hevrek 35 mentioned that the spirit channeling plan is entering its final stage. Is that true?
It is. I never thought I would live to see the day with my own eyes, and yet here we are. Are we done talking now? If it's all the same to you, I'd really rather not miss anything that's about to happen.
Oh god. This thing gets so coldly. Like it doesn't damn matter
like
to
the
him.
potential end of the world is just another day on the job.
You've got to remember that these guys have been living alone up here for a long time. Who knows what shape their minds are in?
It feels like our whole world has been turned upside down.
Right?
Is there anything we know that's still true at this point?
Seriously, I'm still trying to process the fact that we Renans were created by the Helganquil, let alone the Sovereign and Maiden stuff.
Let's take a moment to gather ourselves. I know all of this is a lot to believe and take in, but I think it's fair to say that we've found the answers we've been looking for. Does everyone agree?
Agreed. Though I'll admit that I never expected it to all boil down to Rena's great spirit being behind everything.
Everything that's happened, everything we've endured, it's all because of astral energy.
And to get that energy, the Great Spirit took control of the Helganquil. Then the Helganquil created the Renans, who went on to invade and rule over the Danans.
Plus, the reason the Great Spirit can't directly control the Renans as well is likely because they were originally Danans all along.
Holy shit.
Either way, I think it's fair to say we've all had a lot to take in at once. Maybe too much
Damn.
even. We should probably take it easy and rest our minds a bit. Why don't we all take some time to think things over before we decide on our next move?
That's a good idea, Kisara. If the Renan Great Spirit really is behind all this, then we've got a really big fight ahead of us. Because it's not just Dana on the line, but Rena too. If we're going to do this, we need to be completely sure of ourselves. So let's go ahead and break off for now. We aren't in any immediate danger, so we should be okay. You sure you don't want to be alone right now?
I could ask you the same question.
I figured I'd get all my thinking in while walking around and checking up on everybody.
I'll go along with you. I'm interested to hear what's on everyone's minds too.
Sounds good. Let's go find them.
Your party disbanded.
Everyone's just gone their own way, huh?
Yeah, let's hit up each spot.
Finding
everything we thought we knew. It was all just a fabrication that the Red Women, that the Helganquil made up.
Right. Assuming we can believe anything that Hevrek 35 has told us, that is.
Well, if the names are anything to go by, it's possible the Helganquil could be behind the fruits of Helgen too.
But if Hevrek 35 was telling the truth, and this was all just one massive lie, does that mean everything we've done up until now has been pointless?
No, I don't think so. Or at least I hope not. I think it just means we've lost our foothold for now. That's all.
Really? Well then, if we've lost it, I guess we'll just have to find another. All of us together. And if we can't find one, then we'll make a new one. End of story.
Make one, huh? I see. Right then. Count me in.
Damn, that is just mind-blowing right there. You're for resting. Where are the others? Oh, they're all just chilling right there. Why are you injured? You found me collapsed again and helped me back up. Well, I appreciate it. Thanks to you, I can continue to go about my research. Happy balls. Well, I'm gonna explore the place a bit. Is there actually anything here now? Soon Dopalim and... Yep. Okay. I'm actually gonna go to that upper level just to see what's there. I wonder what's here. Oh, that's quite a view. It's so far away. Okay, let's get back and talk to the team.
Oh, it's you two. Does he seem like he's doing any better now?
Talking about Dohalim?
He who? Oh, you mean Dohalim, don't you?
I know that we're all struggling to wrap our minds around it all, but he looked like he was taking it really hard earlier.
What do you think about everything we've learned? About the Renans and the Great Spirit and all that?
On some level, I'm not even really sure what to think, to be honest. I mean, the Great Spirit is like a huge natural disaster. but with a mind and will of its own. But if that thing's hellbent on trying to destroy our planet, then the only thing left for us to do is stop it. As for the Renans, I suppose my feelings on that are a bit more mixed.
How so?
Coexistence between Danans and Renans in Menancia is still a work in progress. In my case, I think that's partly because deep down, I was still on guard around Renans. So, to be told that they're like us, that they're actually just like us is... Well... I guess it's a little deflating, to be honest.
You kept a pretty level head.
You mean about the Renans? At the end of the day, the Helganquil and the Great Spirit are the ones who are responsible. But at the same time, I realize that not every Danan is necessarily going to believe that either.
Yeah, that's like a big-ass story.
I know you're already aware of this.
How are you gonna tell
the
everyone?
list of grievances the Danans have against the Renans is long, and understandably so. And if people then find out that they're all actually one and the same, yeah, I don't think they're going to take to it too kindly.
Even just among the Danans, I'm sure there'll be some who emerge with power and some who won't. I think if we can find a way to get rid of that imbalance, then we'll be in a truly good place.
Well, first we can try to figure out what to do about the existing conflicts we have.
Yeah. It'd be nice if one day people could learn to get past their hatred like Rinwell did.
It's no small task. We can't pretend like the past didn't happen and ask people to forget their very real pain and suffering.
Right. Everybody has their reasons for feeling the way that they do. But if we just keep yelling at each other about it, we'll never move on. In a worst-case scenario, it might lead to even more people getting killed.
And we all have to figure out how to meet halfway. Not just that, but to also embrace each other's pain, in a sense.
That's an interesting way of putting it.
It's true. Everybody has their own scars, their own trauma. The first step to healing those wounds is to put aside that hatred. It won't be achieved through reasoning, but I think it's a good first step, if nothing else. And now, I think I see a way to move forward. But to do that, first we need to make sure our planet isn't going to get wiped out.
Man, that is... If you think about it, the Renans are actually just Danan mages, just like Rinwell. Oh, man.
You both seem awfully calm.
Only because after everything we've seen, we don't have the energy to keep being shocked.
How are you holding up, Rinwell? That whole talk about the Renans looked like it shook you up a bit.
Yeah. I get this sinking feeling whenever I remember how Danan mages like my family were persecuted and died out. And now, I finally know why that is. But I was thinking, if Renans end up living together with Danans again, then mages won't be such an unusual thing to see on Dana anymore, right?
I mean, that's true. That's
I know
looking
it's
at
not
it
as
on the
simple
bright
as all
side.
that, but Danans probably won't be so quick to let their guards down. And there might be Renans who still act superior because of their arts.
It wouldn't surprise me. 300 years of bad blood and prejudice isn't going to be an easy thing to overcome.
Yeah. I know firsthand just how much hatred can take hold in your heart once you let it in. But even so, I was still able to change. And if I can change, so can anyone else. So I was thinking maybe, I don't know, I could use my position as both a Danan and a mage to help bring both sides together.
Rinwell.
Oh, that would
That
be
great
nice.
spirit worries me too, though. Dana's will feels so warm and inviting. So why is Rena's will trying to destroy our entire planet?
Now that you mention it, Everett 35 and the other scientists here never really brought that up. Maybe they don't know either.
Maybe. But regardless, at the end of the day, Dana's still our home. There's no way we can let it be destroyed.
We won't. We'll keep it safe no matter what.
It's a law. How are you taking all this?
I still can't believe it, man.
You're not the only one still trying to make sense of all this. Believe me.
Really? You've never struck me as the type of guy to get hung up on these sorts of things.
Did you forget what happened back in Thistleum? Once my memories started coming back to me, I felt completely and totally lost.
It was really that bad for you?
Yeah, it was. But thanks to Law and everybody else, I remembered that I still had things out there worth fighting for.
Man, I think you might be a better guy than me, Alphen. All I can remember thinking was, when's this guy gonna get his act together?
Law.
I was too worried about repeating the same mistakes I'd made back with my dad, and running away from the truth. That was no way to live. And I've tried to stay strong, my way. But all this talk about other races and the world ending, if I can be honest with you guys, it's just all too much for me to handle right now.
I know this is going to sound strange coming from me, but maybe the key is not to worry too much about the big stuff right now.
Oh?
I used to worry all the time about my thorns, for obvious reasons, but I never really opened up to anyone about them. And when I realized my visions pointed to a threat that was bigger than me, I didn't know what I should do or who to tell. But that's when I finally got it. You guys were all there for me, to teach me what's really important. I just had to open up and listen.
In other words, if you let the big picture stuff get you all muddled up inside, you'll begin to lose sight of what you really care about. Yeah, I think you're right.
The thing that's most important, what I really care about, all I
well.
want to do is protect the people that really matter to me, to fight for them. That's good enough, right?
Not everyone is strong enough to fight.
Huh?
It's something your dad told me once when he was still alive. Law, you know you're strong enough to fight, and you're strong enough to protect the people you care about. Forget all the big stuff going on. Just don't lose sight of what you want to protect in the first place. Sound good?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it does. It's like a big weight's been lifted off my shoulders. I'll fight to protect the people around me. Just like I always have. I think that's best.
Now to check on Dohalim. How are you taking all this information?
I apologize for making you witness that.
You mean hearing the origins of the Renans?
Indeed. It's shocking to have so many things I thought to be indelible fade away in mere seconds.
Even I'm still not sure everything we've heard here is actually true.
Let's not delude ourselves.
Hey,
If what
Sailor
we've
Star,
heard
thanks
is
for
a
joining
lie,
in. I really
it's a
appreciate you
rather
dropping
elaborate
by.
one. I can only imagine that you
How was
must
your
have
stream,
been
by the way?
constantly feeling like this, ever since your memory returned, Alphen. And you as well,
Well, for me,
Shield.
technically, it's
About your thorns
the afternoon, but
and being a maiden.
yeah, it's doing good
That's
so
just
far.
part of being alive, don't
I'm
you
just
think?
getting my mind blown with the story so far.
To say the least. But enough about me. I'm not concerned for myself. What concerns me is all of the other Renans out there.
When you say the other Renans, you mean the ones that are living on Lenegis or Dana, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun so far.
Even if we stop the Great Spirit from annihilating Dana, our problems will still remain. Putting aside the untold state that Rena may be in, if we do not truly belong there, we will have to think long and hard about where it is that we wish to return to.
So, I guess your only real choices at this point are to either stay on Lenegis or come down to Dana, huh? And right now, Lenegis might not even be a safe option.
And at the same time, Danans are hardly likely to embrace Renans with open arms. If the issue is forced, things could turn dire. There is, after all, 3 centuries worth of hatred to overcome between us. And the victims of our rule have absolutely every right to feel animosity towards us Renans.
Yeah, this game is
Our
full of a
own
lot of story,
circumstances as the
so
aggressors are
yeah.
irrelevant.
I didn't expect the former Lord of Menancia to be
I hope
so
you don't
down
mind.
about people reconciling.
Menancia's fate was a stroke of good luck. There had been backlash over how it had been ruled, and I was blessed to have sympathizers among my ranks. Still,
Alright.
even now, there remain ardent dissidents.
But things can still change if you have the right people to help lead the way. Isn't that what you hope to achieve on Lenegis, after this is all over?
Indeed, I have fully accepted the burden of that
Yeah,
responsibility.
totally agree.
In that regard,
Story
I
is very
remain
well done so
determined.
far.
On that note, I have something of a favor to ask of you, Alpha.
Yes! I'm so glad you love
What is it?
RPGs. You might actually like the
I
game
wish
like
for
a
you
lot.
to serve as a mediator so that the Renans can live on Dana peaceably. As the one and only Blazing Sword, I suspect the Danans may listen to what you have to say when problems arise.
And I take it that you'll be the one to represent the Renans?
Yes. I realize that I'm asking quite a lot of you. However, the fact of the matter is that it will take time for Renans to re-enter Danan society without any bloodshed. That is why.
I'm not sure you can tell like from
Same as
this
Ecuador,
skit right now, but like the
Is it
characters
too
are
much?
very well done.
No, relax. You get so tense and formal.
Yeah,
when
sure,
you're
it's
asking
alright.
for a
I'm just
favor.
glad you could drop by at all.
Listen,
I really
there's
appreciate
no
it,
need for
Sailor
that.
Star.
We're friends.
I'll drop by your next stream when I can, when I myself am
You're
not
too
streaming.
I can see you were raised well.
That's some high praise, Alphen.
Then I'll ask once again. This time just as friends.
Good night.
Alphen, will you help me?
You don't even need to ask. Of course I will.
Thank you, my friend.
Well, it sounds like everyone's learning from their past and using it to create a better future for everyone.
What about you, Shion? How do you feel about the origin of the Renans?
To be honest, I'm not really all that shocked, actually. I mean, I might be a Renan in the literal sense, but I've never really felt like one of them. Right now, it's kind of a mystery.
How do you mean?
Because for a really, really long time, all I ever thought about was how I was going to die. Not if or when, but how. I thought I'd die alone. That fate had me in its steely grip. I would have never imagined that I'd be traveling with someone like you, fighting to save Rena and Dana. I mean, how could I
never
have?
imagined that at the start of playing the game,
It's been
so...
going on for 300 years. All this tragedy and destruction. When you consider the Helganquil's part in all this, it's been even longer than that. It was Naori's hope that somehow, someone in the future would be able to stop it, before it was too late. How it fell on us, of all people, to heed that call, is a mystery.
I don't think Naori was hoping that we would just stop the world from getting destroyed. She considered me, a Danan, as a real person. And she very much cherished her own people, too.
I don't think the whole Dan and Renan thing matters at this
I
point.
don't think she wanted
after
the world
whole
to be
revelation.
saved, just so they could go back to hurting each other. Oh, maybe this is what she meant.
Huh?
When we were talking to Kisara earlier, about all that stuff like everyone's needing to meet halfway and embrace each other's pain and suffering. She said that the first step down that path was for each of us to put aside our own hatred. That means forgiving other people, even and especially before they forgive you.
Forgiving. So it goes both ways, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I don't just mean forgiving things that happened in the past either. Conflicts will keep happening. If we have any hope of moving on and building a better future, we have to all learn to forgive each other.
You know, you're right. People can hurt one another without even meaning to. I know that better than most, thanks to these thorns.
It's not going to be easy getting past this pain. But if we can do it, I'm sure there'll come a time when we can all truly understand each other. I'm there with you, Shion. I too want to protect the world we live in, and all the people we care about. I think that's the very least I can do to repay Naori for everything that she did.
Yeah. I want a future that she would feel proud to live in, and I'm going to fight for it.
Whoa there, Savior Girl. We're here to save you too, you know.
Yes, I know. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten. I want to live, and that's the honest truth.
Well, is everybody ready to do what needs to be done?
I am. There's a lot to think about, but at the end of the day, Dana's still in danger. I don't care who we're up against. We'll kick their ass.
What are your thoughts, Alphen? I want to know what's on your mind, too.
Like Law said, if we have to fight the Great Spirit on Rena, then so be it. It's trying to rob us of our entire world. And it's going to take not just our home, but all of existence along with it. That alone is enough to make it our enemy. But it's not only that. One way or another, I think beating the Great Spirit is going to be tied to us saving Xion.
You're saying there's a chance?
You're referring to the vision of destruction we all saw in Lenegis, I take it?
Yeah. 3 centuries ago, the astral energy that appeared at the spirit channeling ceremony showed Naori that vision. And to hear Xion tell it, it's the same one that she sees from her own thorns as well.
Indeed. Xion's thorns are comprised of dark astral energy, the one type which we know is native only to Rena. And if Rena's great spirit is what's behind Dana's pending destruction, then...
Xion's thorns are the Great Spirit? It's not actually on Rena like we thought?
Maybe that
We
is
don't
the
know
case.
anything for certain.
I don't know.
At the very
That
least,
could actually be it.
I think it's possible her thorns are a part of the Great Spirit.
While the main body resides in Rena.
Xion.
If these thorns really are a part of Rena's Great Spirit, I'm going to go over there and give it a piece of my mind and then some.
There we go, Xion. That's the way you take care of it.
The question is, how do we confront it? Suffice it to say, that flower growing out of Rena is enormous, large enough to house the will of an entire planet. The Wedge and Lenegis were both hard enough for us to overcome in their own right. This is an altogether greater challenge for merely 6.
And we only know about the Thorns connection thanks to Naori.
Hevric 35 has been observing the Great Astral Spirit this whole time. It wouldn't ask us to fight it unless it has a plan of some sort. Let's go see what that is. Our minds are made up. Let's go give Hevric 35 our answer.
Lenegis today.
So if the Sovereign and Maiden were originally boot-up programs for Lenegis, what about now?
Even with the Forbidden Zone in ruins and the Renaissance stolen, Lenegis is functioning fine. If it needed us before, it doesn't appear to now.
First they lumber you with a position you never asked for, then you're discarded like you're nothing? Who the hell do they think they are?
More importantly,
well said,
who do they
Law.
think we are? We might not even factor into their list of concerns.
I just hope everyone on Lenegis is safe.
Wow, I never
Worst
thought
comes
that
to
Rinwell
worst,
would say
Lenegis is
that.
equipped with a large number of starships that people can escape in. As long as the whole satellite doesn't suddenly explode or something, they should be fine.
Wait, explode?
In any case, if we're truly going to
I
make
was
a
thinking the
difference,
same thing.
it's on
Explode.
Rena we're needed, not Lenegis. The people there will be fine. I'm sure of it.
Right.
Let's say central level.
Do you have your answer for me?
We want to ask something first. You're asking us to fight an entire planet. How exactly do you expect us to do that? You must have something up your sleeve, or else you wouldn't put us up to it.
The great astral spirit is an immense being, but its actual will does not run throughout its entire body. Rather, its will is derived from the core, which supports the rest of the body, and is where its strength is most densely concentrated. Therefore, if you destroy the core, the great spirit shall become unable to maintain sentience, and return to being ordinary astral energy.
And how are we supposed to destroy that core?
By using the Renus Alma.
Of course it comes back
You
into
will
this.
also need the assistance of both the Sovereign and the Maiden. They are our best tools for suppressing and controlling astral energy. Using their powers, the maiden shall seal the great astral spirit within her body, and the Sovereign shall wield the power of the Renis Alma to destroy it.
Hold on. That sounds a lot like what Shion described before.
Yeah, killing herself to take out the thorns with her.
She was actually right all along.
No.
By my calculations, your powers combined should be sufficient to destroy the great astral spirit and disperse its energy widely enough to make it difficult to reform.
What will happen to the maiden once we manage to beat the great astral spirit?
Any matter contained within the field of destruction shall be erased.
So it really will kill me.
No, we
This
came to
method
save
is
you.
the most simple one available to destroy the great spirit, and is therefore our most reliable option.
What are our other options?
There is little reason to consider alternative courses of action when the most optimal among them is so clear.
You don't get it. I promised Shion that she wouldn't die, that we'd save the world without needing to sacrifice her. We didn't fight this whole time just to give up on her at the very end. If there's any other way to take out the Great Spirit, I want to hear it.
This plan shall lead to the fewest losses in preserving your world. Abandoning it is irrational. It is vital that you proceed with this plan. A part of Rena's great astral spirit already resides within her. 300 years ago, the Great Spirit descended upon Lenegis in an attempt to assume direct control of the spirit channeling ceremony. We have reason to believe the Great Spirit left part of itself behind, and that it now resides in the Maiden.
Which would make Alphen's earlier hypothesis correct.
That part inside the Maiden belongs to the core, and can be used by the great astral spirit to revive itself. So long as it remains, it will be all but impossible to fully eradicate the Great Spirit. That is why it is necessary for it to be vanquished only once it is whole. Without the Maiden's direct control over the Great Spirit, attacking it is futile, and will only serve to strengthen it.
No.
Surely there must be another way.
Wait. Naori said that the Renis Alma can suppress the self-realization of astral energy, and that the thorns can be neutralized by placing them in it. If so, can't the same also be done to the Great Spirit, seeing as the thorns are simply part of it?
Well, can it?
It is true that the Renis Alma is capable of what you suggest, and could contain the great astral spirit.
Yes!
However, doing so requires fine control on the level of the spirit channeling ceremony, considering that the Renis Alma was previously lost when that ceremony failed. I cannot allow it. Its uncertainty is simply too great.
What does that mean for us if you won't allow it?
Your starship will not be restored, and you will all be unable to leave here.
Why you?
Fine then. I'd rather stay here and rot than do it your way.
Alphen?
Whatever we do, if we mess up, Dana's screwed. The Great Spirit will destroy it. If you're fine letting that happen, and we have nothing to gain either way, then I'd rather do nothing. We want to stop Dana from getting destroyed. We want to save it. But not if it means having to sacrifice one of us in the process. If all you're gonna do is sit back and watch us where it's safe, then quit ordering us around and shut up!
Alphen.
What you say is irrational. Be that as it may, I shall accede to your demand.
You'll agree?
I am an observer. The Sovereign, Maiden, and Renis Alma are my species' greatest achievement. I wish to see how well they work against the Great Spirit in light of our demise by its hands.
But what are we supposed to do about the Renis Alma? One of your buddies ran off with it back on Lenegis.
It is likely that the Renis Alma is with the Great Spirit, functioning as a catalyst for it to receive Dana's astral energy.
So our only option to retrieve it is to head straight for the Great Spirit and take it back?
According to my observations, the astral energy is most densely concentrated in the center of Rena, where the Great Spirit's core is located.
So right in the middle of that giant flower, then.
I have one more question. You've said that Rena's great astral spirit is already integrated with the planet. What will happen to Rena once it vanishes?
Without the will of the Great Spirit, Rena is predicted to collapse. Even in such a scenario, the energy will disperse, and the Great Spirit will likely not reform.
So you're saying that even if we manage to beat the Great Spirit without destroying it, we'll still be in danger?
Likely, the collapse will occur in stages. It is recommended that you all escape before the final stage.
Man, I wish that thing would tell it to us straight for once.
Hevrek 35 and the others have gotten used to hypothesizing from afar, is all. Fix our starship. We're going to Rena.
It's go time.
Excellent.
But I want to make one thing clear. We're doing this for ourselves, to protect what matters to us. We're not doing it for your sake, or because you told us to. Remember that.
It matters little to me. The end result shall be the same. Repair work on your starship has commenced. You'll have to wait until it's finished.
Is that why that inn is there?
Man, is it too much to ask for Hevrek 35 to talk like a normal person? I swear I can feel my brain starting to fry after listening to all that complicated stuff.
Don't worry.
Of course,
I think
Long.
we're mostly done with him. Now all we have to do is rest up and wait. Once the Fall Knights is good to go again, we'll be taking off for Rena right away.
Okay, what's this?
Is the
Skip.
Renis Alma really our only hope against the Great Spirit? There has to be another way, right?
Shion's Fire Master Core was able to suppress astral energy to prevent it from gaining sentience, right? Couldn't we make use of that somehow?
I'm not sure. In small doses, maybe. But with the amount of energy we're talking about here...
Back in Calaglia, the Blazing Sword was able to take in a whole spirit vessel's worth of energy. If it has the capacity to manage that, it can do this, right?
Except after it absorbed the energy, it ended up releasing it all moments later, remember? Let's not forget, it nearly killed you. Besides,
That is true.
This is the Great Spirit we're talking about, not a paltry vessel. Even if I could use the Master Core, your body wouldn't be able to take the strain of channeling that much energy.
Hevrek 35 didn't mention it, and it did not seem the type to skimp on details. So assuming it's even possible, the chances are slim to none.
You're probably right.
Okay. Are you gonna do the rest thing? No? I guess so. And it's instant. It will take some time to completely repair your starship. I suggest that you all get some rest. Interim. Rest. Yep. I like how it plays like the happy in music anyway. Especially in this situation.
You still thinking about what the scientists told us? About where Renans really come from?
I am, but not for myself.
You're worried about the future of the Renan people.
The fact that our people have been the same this whole time will only give the Danans further reason to resent us.
That is true.
But you still intend to confront this truth head on, don't you?
Well, I did declare that I would live my life for the living, and not the dead. Even as I dream of retirement, I shall remain dedicated to the cause.
I'm sure you'll do great.
Now that I think about it, I don't believe I've ever heard you criticize or reproach us Renans even once.
That is true.
I'm no saint. I have skeletons in my closet too. There was definitely a time when I hated Renans for who they were. I hated them just for being Renan. But you changed that, Dohalim. You gave me an opportunity to see them in a different light. Thanks to your reforms, we were able to stand next to Renans not as slaves, but as equals for the first time in our lives. Of course, I'm sure there were some Renans who still hated us on the inside. But we knew that not all of you were like that. There were those of you who were good, and that was a start. When it comes down to it, Renans are just people. They can be good or bad, just like Danans.
That is, in essence, the heart of your approach, isn't it? That we're all people.
Yeah, it is. When you can pull someone aside and talk to them one-on-one, then you have the chance to come to an understanding. But as soon as you stereotype, that chance goes away, and you stop thinking of them as people that you can relate to.
I understand what you're saying, but we're talking about massive numbers of Renans and Danans alike. Realistically speaking, surely they won't all be able to get along.
No, definitely not.
Even if we end up butting heads with one person, maybe we'll find better luck among their friends. If we can build a society that works like that, that'll be something worth nurturing and protecting.
So you wish for people to form real bonds and do away with the hierarchy outright? To deal with one another as humans, and nothing more? That's the ideal future you hope to see when this is all over?
Yes, I do. I think it would make for a fine tribute to my brother's legacy. Though, that said, I would be doing it for the people of the future first and foremost. Do you still plan to return to Lenegis when this is over?
Indeed I do. I don't know whether I'll be able to reside in Lenegis proper, however. My first order of business may be to find somewhere to live.
You'll always have a home in Menancia, you know.
As I shall ever keep in mind.
Well, if you ever need a helping hand, don't hesitate to come get me. I'll always be there for you, Doe.
Doe? Oh, wow. Like a subtle hint at a romance.
Never mind. Thank you, Kisara. I appreciate your patience as I work all this out.
Don't even mention it. And really, when you think about it, now that we know the two of us aren't so different after all, don't you think that brings down a barrier that used to be between us?
You know, I hadn't actually thought of it that way before. But I do like the sound of it.
Yeah, I think I do too.
Is that like a subtle hint at both of them, like, you know, getting together? I like that. Nice and cute.
Hey, why'd you call me here? Was there something you wanted to talk about?
Oh, all the romance is just being
Well,
put out in the open right now.
If everything we've heard about the Great Spirit is true, then we're getting close to our final battle. So I wanted to apologize while I can.
Apologize? For what?
I was being real stupid before. About whether Dana's will had been controlling us and all that. I get why you're angry now. Anybody would be if something they trusted was being questioned. So, I'm sorry, Runewell. Really. I should have kept my mouth shut.
No, Law. Honestly, I think you might have been onto something. Of course you were worried. Who wouldn't be if they found out there might be some invisible force pulling our strings this whole time?
But you really trust Dana's will, don't you? Is it because you can sense it a lot more than the rest of us? Because you can understand it?
Yeah, I think that might be part of it. But I think I also want to believe it's good.
Believe?
Remember how I used to really resent coming from a family of mages?
Yeah, of course. Because you were always on the run and had to live in hiding.
When we rescued Zephyr and I finally decided to come along with you all, something changed inside me. It was the first time I felt like my powers had any meaning, even if that meaning was only helping you guys fight. Then, when I felt Dana's will, I was overwhelmed by how vast and warm it was. It made me want to believe my powers were made to connect with it. It made me believe I had a bigger purpose.
So that's why you hope it doesn't turn out to be bad. You almost need it to be kind.
Yeah.
Well, alright. Then I promise I'll lay off bad-mouthing it.
You will?
There's no way for me to know for sure one way or the other, right? But you trust it, Rinwell, and that's enough for me. So I'll trust it because you do.
Remember what I said about neither planet's great spirit reaching us here?
Yeah?
That's not quite true. I can feel just a little bit of Rena's inside you and everyone else.
What does that mean?
What?
What?
I sensed it when we first got here. It's a really small amount, so it doesn't feel like it has a will of its own. But I think that's how Dana's energy probably is too.
So you're saying there's a little bit of Dana's will inside each of us? In a way, doesn't that mean we're all Dana's will?
A collective wheel?
Well, like you said, unless Dana's energy comes together, it has no will. So if we all have a little bit of Dana's astral energy inside us...
Yeah, maybe...
Heverick 35 might know the answer. But, you know what? I don't need to ask it. My will is my own. I fight for who I want to fight for. That's who I am now. Who I've become. So thanks, Rinwell, for sharing that with me.
Ah.
To be honest, the only reason I was suspicious of Dana's will... Well, I mean, it mostly was... I feel like you and I had grown apart lately, and I was worried it was because...
Huh?
Oh, is this a confession time?
Never mind. Nothing. Just forget about it.
Huh? No, what were you saying?
Saying? I don't remember
Come
saying
on.
anything.
Now you won't tell me what you were thinking?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Then spit it out already.
Oh, this is such a nice, cute moment. Are we now having a
You
moment?
sure you don't want to get some rest?
I can't. I've got too much on my mind. Especially knowing how close our last battle is. How are you doing, Xion?
Same as you, still trying to absorb everything.
Remember when it was so simple? We were only fighting all the lords on Dana?
Oh yeah, that made things a lot simpler.
That feels like a lifetime ago, doesn't it?
Ages and ages ago. Everything that's happened since we first met. So many fights, so much chaos, so many wonderful people.
If I hadn't run into you that day, well, I wouldn't have met all of you. I never would have held the blazing sword or looked for something more. I wouldn't have my memories back. I'd still be a faceless slave, like as not long dead.
Hey, Alphen. I want you to promise me something.
Yeah?
If we can't find the Renis Alma, there's something I want you to do.
Kill you? No.
Like Heverick 35 said, the only way we can end the Great Spirit for good is to go after both the main body in Rena and the thorns in me. I need you to promise me, Alphen, that if for some reason we can't get the Renis Alma back, you'll use the blazing sword to destroy the Great Spirit, and me along with it.
Huh?
It's true the blazing sword may not have the strength of the Renis Alma. But it's taken us this far, It's slain lords and beasts. At the very least, it has to be worth a try.
You can't be serious. Have you forgotten everything that
Listen,
we've...
the Great Spirit isn't just our problem. It's a threat to our entire world. Renans and Danans alike. We don't know what's going to happen when we face it, but we need to be prepared for anything. We can't second-guess ourselves when the time comes. I promise you, I'm not planning on going anywhere. I'm prepared to fight with absolutely everything I've got. But if it comes down to it, I need you to be prepared too.
Okay. But you should know that I'm not going to give up on you, Shion. I'm going to fight this until the very end. I hope you can forgive me for that.
Alphen. Okay, I understand. And I'll forgive you.
Thank you, Shion.
So it's a promise then?
Yeah, it's a promise.
I remember how I felt the first time you touched me. My thorns made any contact a mistake no one would ever make twice. After they'd seen what could happen, fear would always linger behind their eyes. In my entire life, I never had someone willingly reach out to me. But when you reached out to me and gently took my hand, you didn't react at all. It was so easy for you. I don't have words for the shock I felt in that moment.
That's because I couldn't feel pain back then.
Even once you could, though, you still chose to keep reaching out to me. And when you did, I felt this warmth that I had never known before. But still, I hate having to see you suffer through it every time you do.
You won't have to worry about that for much longer.
You think so?
I do, because Shion,
No. You can tell me once my thorns are gone. Okay?
Aw, they basically know each other's secrets on this. That's
yeah.
cute.
Okay.
Oh, that is beautiful scenery right there. Even though it's the world destruction right in the background, basically the Death Star.
Everybody get enough rest? We ready for this?
Yeah, we should probably get moving.
Agreed. Can't stand around waiting all day.
Our task is relatively straightforward. We need only descend down to Rena, defeat the Great Spirit, and restore stability to both worlds.
We're fighting for a new future for both Dana and Rena.
Right. We've come this far. We will save our worlds. That's a promise.
Then let's go, everybody. We've got one last wall to tear down.
Repairs on your starship are complete. Everything is in working order.
Is that you, Hevrek 35? You can see us from where you are?
I can. I can see anywhere within the bounds of Dake Faisal.
Sounds like someone's a peeping Tom.
Maybe we should give Hevrek 35 a break. It has been stuck in this tiny facility for a very, very long time.
I have unlocked all functions on your starship. You can now make use of its warp drive.
Wait, what does that mean?
Warp
Are we gonna have a space battle?
Wait, you mean like what the Red Women used on us? What brought us here?
It's possible that the Red Women may have found a way to activate it on the starship. They are Helganquil, after all.
Using the warp drive, you should be able to breach Rena's atmosphere without being detected.
Wait, should?
You'll need to be careful. Due to the force field surrounding Rena, the ship will be unable to go any further than the surface of the planet.
So, once we reach the shell, it appears we'll have to infiltrate the core by foot. Understood.
We gotta go all the way down just walking?
Will all
Think
the
about a planet
Helganquil
size.
go back to normal once we defeat the Great Spirit? I have a strange feeling we're going to have to fight them before this is all over.
The extinction of my people is inevitable at this stage. As such, it would be illogical to risk the success of the mission in a vain attempt to save my kind.
We understand.
Can't that thing lighten up a bit? Everything it says seems to be about what's illogical.
Well, come on, Doe.
Hold up, did you just...
You heard the lady. Get going.
I have one last question.
What?
As Sovereign, your identification number indicates that you are well past your predicted life expectancy. Similarly, the Maiden lacks any identification number, as her function should have been rendered unnecessary. Despite this, the two of you continue to exist. Why?
We exist because others have entrusted this to us. Over the years, many people have come together and sworn to see this through to the end.
You mean it is because of multiple chance interactions? The likelihood of such events is statistically improbable. Why have you two continued to persist under these conditions?
It's hard to explain. To be honest, I don't think it's something an observer could understand. All right, time to get back on the Fall Knights.
Okay, where is it again? Take out departure. There we go. Hold on, I'm gonna do a quick check of something here on the screen. Okay. Alright, sorry about that. Back to it. Take off to Rena.
It would appear that our Helganquil host really has fulfilled its end of the bargain.
You know what that means. Time to go to Rena.
I guess this means we should give that warp drive a spin.
Whoa. That is both beautiful as well as just... mystifying, I guess is the word. That's the surface of Rena? What the hell sort of planet is this? That is one weird ass planet. The place looks so dead.
There's nothing here. This weird ocean we're surrounded by just stretches out everywhere. Is this really where the Helganquil come from?
I don't sense even a trace of astral energy. This world is dead.
Then this must be the hollowing.
You mean to tell me this whole world? The entire
Holy
ocean is
shit.
that stuff?
And it's covering everything. The entire planet.
Way to raise the scale, holy shit.
This is what the Great Spirit does. After it depleted this planet of every last speck of astral energy, it went after Dana.
So arresting. This world of doom.
Back in its day, Rena was probably just as vibrant as Dana is. But after being robbed of its astral energy for so
Wait, those
long,
are buildings.
those days are gone and
Oh.
past. This is all that will remain.
So the Great
Holy
Spirit
shit.
took everything. It stole energy not just from living beings, but the land, the sea, everything.
And it bound the Helganquil in servitude until their whole world was nothing but this. And by the looks of it, that's how it remains to this day. A world of death and emptiness.
With nothing left here to consume, the Great Spirit turned its sights on Dana, looking for another host.
You're saying if we don't stop it, this is what Dana's going to look like?
We can be sure that even these few remaining remnants of Renan life will not be spared in the end.
If the oblivion and darkness both Shion and Naori saw comes to pass, nothing will survive.
Oh.
It looks like we can climb down from there. Let's take a look.
So this is Rena. This is where everything began. Yet it's a dead world?
I won't let Dana suffer the same fate. Ever.
Gonna look around the place. Anything else? There's a little skit before we head over. Okay.
A hollowed ocean as far as the eye can see. What do you think would happen if we fell in?
What do you mean, what would happen? You'd drown, wouldn't you?
Come to think of it, I don't believe I've heard of someone ever trying. Perhaps you'd like the glory of being the first?
Nah, I'll pass.
This is essentially a world-sized Renan graveyard. Are you proposing to disturb the dead slumber just to satisfy your curiosity, Law?
No, because I said I passed.
Taking an interest is understandable, but let's not forget where
Wow.
we are. This place deserves our respect.
Damn,
Looks
Law
like
is
we're
getting
not going
pounded.
to be hearing the end of this one for a while.
You think I was already snorkeling in it or something?
The challenge of a lifetime.
So the idea is to seal the Great Spirit inside the Renis Alma using the Sovereign and Maiden's power. But just how do we do that exactly?
I'm guessing it won't be as easy as holding a spirit channeling ceremony at our leisure.
I already had wielded astral energy once 3 centuries ago. As for suppressing her thorns, Shion's had a lifetime's experience. The problem isn't just our enemy's strength. It's that it's sentient, too. And you can bet anything you like it's not going to just sit back and let us destroy it.
In other words, we need to find some way to weaken it in advance. The Great Spirit, that is.
Back when Shion's thorns flew out of control, we were able to deal with them directly. If this is their host, they should be even more corporeal here.
If that's the case, it should make them easier to attack at least. And if we can manage to divert enough energy away from the spirit's core, even temporarily,
We might just be able to weaken it enough to steal the Renis Alma, which we can then use to seal it away forever. It won't be easy, but it's our only shot. Time to buckle up.
Bridging the divides.
Question for you. Let's say, knock on wood,
Yeah.
everything turns out for the best.
What'll the world be like? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of this, do you really think everything will be that different?
A lot will have to change, that's for sure. The world will have to adjust to so much. My only worry is if those changes turn out to be merely skin deep.
what do you mean?
It's well and good putting an end to Renan rule. But if it just turns the tables, it's all for naught.
That's true. Just as bad if the Danans started pressing their own.
Renans, Danans, astral art users, mages. The world is full of labels used to divide and separate people.
If only we could see differences like that for what they are. No different to someone having a musical talent or being good with their hands. Not differences so much as characteristics.
It will take someone in power to set an example. But with time, people will follow. And then, perhaps one day...
There will no longer be any need for the example. It will have become second nature.
That's where we come in. We can set the example. Imagine it. A world where magic and astral arts are used to help people. Where that's the norm rather than the exception.
Yeah, you're right, Rinwell. Why wait for somebody else? We can show them ourselves.
Alright, it's go time. My goodness, there's so many transportation areas. Where does this one lead? Nope, not active. Got it. Wait, I saw one earlier just now. No? Did my eyes deceive me? Oh yeah, it's this one right here. Not active. Of course.
Looks like we've warped into that pit of astral energy.
Surface? Okay. What the heck is this? Nope, can't interact.
I wonder what Helganquil civilization was like at its zenith.
I can imagine that'd be something you'd take an interest in.
There's no question it must have been advanced, like none either world has ever seen. We could surely stand to learn a thing or two from such a people.
I get that you're itching to delve into its history, but we've got bigger fish to fry right now.
Put a pin in it, and you can do all the research you want when you retire.
I can think of worse things than a retirement dedicated to research. As for whether Rena is amenable to an aging specimen...
It's a little early to be giving it serious thought just yet.
A man can dream, though. A man can dream.
Oh, we didn't say there's anything wrong with dreaming.
In your case, Dohalim, dreams have a habit of spiraling into something else.
You'll need to stay with us for now, though. You're too helpful to let retire.
Why do I feel this is less of a compliment and more of an ultimatum?
Just a friendly suggestion.
Friendly suggestion. Another with an ultimatum.
Hey! Hey, I just realized something!
Is this about dinner last night? I didn't realize those ingredients were off.
What? No! I mean, wait, you fed us rotten food?
Rinwell, the point.
Oh, yeah, right. So I was thinking about those armored soldiers we've seen. There are regular Renans inside them, right?
Yeah, they're designed to make whoever's wearing them stronger. At least, I think that's the idea.
Right. So it kind of begs the question then, why are they made so huge?
I don't know, makes them more intimidating, I guess?
That's actually a good
Or
question.
maybe all that tech wizardry inside takes up a lot of space.
You don't think it's weird how the armored soldiers are the exact same height as the Helganquil?
That is true.
Can't say I'd ever noticed it till now.
Huh.
And?
I find it interesting that actually...
The dots, Law!
Okay, let me get this straight. You think the armored suits might have originally been designed to allow Renans to work alongside the Helganquil?
Huh. But if that's true, what would that mean?
It would mean... just that, I guess. But still, don't you think it's kind of interesting?
It kind of does, actually.
Hugely?
Makes a lot of
Hey,
sense.
Kisara, well, I've got you. What's
I've been
on
wondering
tonight's
about a big,
menu?
huge
Because
ass
I was
armor.
thinking, maybe meat.
Get him, Hoodle.
What did I do?
Oh, now you want to listen. Keep pecking, Hoodle!
Ow, ow, ow! Seriously, what the hell?
Oh, I love this gag. Thinning the herd with
You
his
know,
leg.
guys, when you think about it, we've taken out a lot of Zoogles. Like, a whole lot.
You can say that again. If one thing's for certain in this world, it's that wherever we go, we'll always end up bumping into them.
Isn't it weird that they're still so plentiful? You don't think the Renans have, like, a ranch where they breed them, do you?
Certainly in all of my years, I've never heard of them constructing such a massive facility on Dana, let alone up in Lenegis.
The only thing I can think of, then, is that the feral ones must be reproducing on their own.
There's also no organized effort on our part to hunt them down, so it's difficult to fully exterminate them.
Exterminate them? Whoa, don't you think that's maybe a little harsh?
What do you mean?
Zoogles originally used to be living creatures native to Dana and Rena, right? Being genetically modified isn't their fault.
You're right.
That's true.
Zoogles were only created because of us Renans. We altered the original creatures to suit our own ends.
First, people made Zeugles, and then we let them go. And now we're trying to kill them because they're a threat. They really have only seen the very worst, huh?
I hope we find a way to be able to live side by side with them one day.
It's a nice thought, but they attack towns and cities. What else are we supposed to do?
Aside from the strays that have gone wild, it's worth remembering that Renans are able to keep them somewhat under control.
If we had distinct territories that didn't overlap, that might reduce the danger they pose.
Well, I guess when you look at it that way, maybe people and Zeugles aren't so different after all.
Okay, onwards. Damn, that's intimidating. Damn, that just looks weird.
Guess they don't need their Red Woman disguises anymore.
Wait, can you understand us?
Are they gonna speak?
It's no use. We're not going to get through to them.
So they really are being controlled. In that case, we've got no choice.
Oh yeah, we got no choice.
I knew there was something off
Holy
here.
shit, there's so many of them.
We have no choice but to beat them at their own game.
Where are you going?
I can carve through. I'll finish you here and now.
Let's see much to handle. My arc
Burn it! Prepare to be sealed.
Confiscated. Leave the enemy's arcs to me.
Oh, finding some gameplay.
There are still more left.
Right. No see what happened there as you crossed me. Shouldn't have done
shit,
that.
shit, shit. Ah! I wonder how much XP they're gonna give us.
In a vine.
Field, now.
Commander of Heavens!
Phoenix Cyclone.
My hits tear! You picked the wrong fight!
Crumble.
Now.
You're the floor.
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Oof.
Alphen.
I can't forgive them for what they've done, but I hate killing them. They don't even know why they're fighting. How does that even make them any different from the Danan slaves?
Perhaps. However, if we don't make a choice, the guilt of not doing anything will be that much worse.
Yeah, I know. I hate for it to be like this. But if it happens again, you won't find me hesitating to act.
I wonder if we're going to get attacked again.
Oh, that's a decent amount of points.
If we lose heart now, this whole mission is over. We have to stay the course.
Hilganquil's legacy.
I thought there'd be more dirt and rocks and stuff underneath the hollowed ocean, but it's all artificial.
I would imagine they're remnants left behind by the Helganquil, seeing as there's little actual land remaining.
It's incredible. Do you think it stretches all the way down to the center of the planet?
Hey, these guys built Lenegus, remember? They probably did this in a weekend.
If they had the power to create things like this, did they really only use those immense capabilities to serve the Great Spirit? Or rather, was that the only use the Great Spirit let them use their capabilities for?
Helgen.
We haven't seen anyone here except Helganquil. Looks like this place really is their home planet.
The true citizens of Rena. What a shame that they have become nothing more than puppets to the Great Spirit. To think of the promise their accomplishments once held. They had the potential to be great indeed.
Do you think we could have got along with them? You know, if we had met under different circumstances. Like...
Maybe.
Like all of us, you mean? I suppose it's difficult to say for sure. We don't even know if they would see us as being on an equal level with them or not.
I think we may have had the chance once. Before the Renan Great Spirit came along and changed everything.
You and Alphen both share an optimism. A strong willingness to believe in hope.
Do you think that's foolish?
On the contrary, I should like to take a leaf from your book myself. In tragedy's aftermath, hope is all we have.
Wow, there's so many skits all of a sudden.
Just look at the size of that thing. Helganquil's technology certainly is impressive. And they don't seem to do things by halves either. In the past 300 years, no, even before that, just how many people, Renan or Danon, do you think have ever seen this?
Regarding the past 3 centuries, at least, I'd say there's a good chance that we're the first. Also, while I get that it's impressive and all, I'm just amazed you're still standing around gawping at it at a time like this. Sometimes I wonder about your priorities.
I can understand where he's coming from. More to the point, does anyone know where it leads?
What do you mean where it leads? To the center of the planet, of course.
And that doesn't strike you as sounding just a little bit, oh, I don't know, far? There has to be a quicker way to get there, right?
Yeah. With all this technology at their fingertips, it seems pretty unlikely that they'd make that kind of journey on foot.
That's a good point.
There must be some kind of device somewhere. Let's see if we can figure out how to use it.
Borrow one of their contraptions? You're either brave or out of your mind.
If it works for them, there's no reason it wouldn't for us. Why make things harder for ourselves?
You know what he's like, Law. Once he gets an idea in his head, there's no talking him out of it.
Okay, just gonna do a quick save. Wow, that's really changed up the the menu. I think this is it. Yep. There we go. Hold on, I'm just gonna check something. Can I fast travel? Okay, that's good. Wild livid world.
What my art can do.
Damn it!
Rise and shine.
Let's try. As a storm! I can carve through armor.
Water, here I go. The water's right.
What's this?
Glacial, this one's mine. Freeze Lancer.
My turn. Not a chance. Burn in hell.
This one's mine. Freeze Lancer. Now.
Run.
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished.
Remember to tell me if you need healing.
I expect you'll be in high demand if that's the case.
What are you? Quick gel. Free will.
I wonder how the Renans avoided being mind-controlled like the Helganquil. Do you think it might have something to do with the fact that they were originally Danons?
That
could be
it's
it,
likely.
probably.
Which is pretty ironic when you think about it.
Ironic?
The Renans have committed grave injustices against the Danons. But it was all of their own volition, not because they were being controlled. Now, it turns out they themselves were once Danons too.
Which must mean that the root of their evil isn't the Great Spirit, but something inherent in all of us. Our free will.
Now hang on,
God.
though. It was that same free will that allowed Xion and Dohalim to choose to fight alongside us.
That's
Without
true.
it, we wouldn't have been able to beat hatred and forge all those connections we've made. Free will is what saved us, right?
Law's entirely right. In any case, it certainly can't hurt to look on the bright side every now and then.
Yeah. Where there's hope, there's a way.
Aw.
What'd he say?
He said, without a doubt.
Where do you lead?
Is this a dead end?
It appears this whole room functions as an elevator. That apparatus there is likely what's used to control it.
Wow. Wait, why would you send us to an elevator? Why not just like actually elevate? Okay.
What the? Where did they come from?
Less worry, more action. Concentrate. They're surrounding us. Need to pull ourselves together.
These things really get on my nerves.
Good. Just have to make sure we keep it.
Don't worry, flying freaks.
I can do it.
Just sit still.
Xion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done.
Hurricane thrust!
Thunderblast!
Mirage!
Try
this!
Holy
Strike! Here I come! Tear! Hurricane
More Suku?
Wait, there's more coming in? Oh god.
Hurricane my turn! Here I come! No escape!
Enemies incoming!
No escape!
Then we'll take them down.
Orochi's fury!
The flame inside me yearns to be let free. No escape! Strike! Orochi's Fury! Fantastic! Great! Amazing!
Shut up, Law. I'm trying to focus.
Too much!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
May a thousand gales carry you to
Dragon Shout!
God, how many of them are we gonna fight?
Orochi's Fury! We're not done!
Where are you going?
Destruction! Azure Storm!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Well done. Pierce evil.
Is this intentional? Like, is it just supposed to like just keep going? Oh God.
No, I mean you're even better than ever.
I've never seen Sion. This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! Now!
I'll be kind of curious because like, is this set to like a few hours or something like that? Like a few minutes where it's gonna keep spawning enemies, or is it limited? Because otherwise this would be like a huge monster farm. I guess that's the end of it.
I
Oh,
think I'm getting stronger.
that was a lot of experience. Oh,
Even in such a
oh, damn it! He got cut off.
harsh environment as this, there are still creatures here?
You think they're native to Rena? Or could they be Zoogle somehow?
Whatever they are, they're dangerous. Watch yourselves around them. You think that pit stretches all the way to Rena's core?
If that's true,
Probably.
if we go down, we should find the Great Spirit at the bottom.
We could get there even faster if we simply jump down instead.
You sound alarmingly serious when you say that.
He was serious. Blast.
Get lost!
Azure Storm!
Purge malevolence! Arctic!
Incineration Wave!
Radiant Blaster!
Orochi's Fury!
Air thrust!
Insects should stay on the ground.
Creation!
My turn! Now I'm in the groove!
Blind
freak!
Why can't they just sit still?
Sion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
Hurricane Thrust! I'm on to it!
Lightning Orb!
My
Reload!
turn! I'm on a roll now! Orochi's Fury!
Now!
Dohalim! In an instant! Impact Claw!
May a thousand
My
gales
this one's
carry
all
you
mine!
Searing
Lunar Rondo!
I'm out of ammo! Back into the fray!
Kisara! Commander of Heavens! Phoenix Cyclone!
Wow, that was a nice move there.
I know, right? Bet you couldn't do it.
So it's a
No choice!
Lightning condemns!
Incineration Wave! My turn!
Oh, that took out most of them. Oh, that is so worth it.
We're in the home stretch, guys.
What she said? Eyes on the prize.
Do it! Focus goes double.
Me? How come I get singled out? Didn't even break a sweat.
Put this area down. Platinum chunk. Wait, where does this lead? Hold on. Oh, there's so many areas. Oh. Well, we just had to go through one by one. Ooh, treasure room. Of course.
Hi, Hoodle!
Azure Storm! Dance! Incineration Wave! Take this!
Damn it, did it not take? Oh my god, damn it all.
Two heads! How is that even fair?
Ignite!
That'll bring you down!
I'll smash you!
Firmament confiscated!
No further!
Here, throbs in pain.
I'm on a roll now! In a bind? It's on!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah! And I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Savage roar! Azure storm! Talon here storm! I come! Orochi's fury! Talon hurricane!
Blah, blah, blah!
Explosive ring!
You get the gist!
Azure storm!
Do it!
Dohalim! In an instant! Impact claw!
Okay, what are you hiding?
Roll or what?
Anything
Well,
good?
look who's in a
Ooh,
bright and
canine vest. You? Yes.
shiny mood.
What is the point of these rooms anyway? Okay.
Great, now I'm hurt and dirty.
Oh god, you look way more menacing than the ones we faced so far.
As if the normal creepy crawlies aren't disgusting enough.
Where are you going?
In a bind?
Strike! Wind astral energy!
Now I'm in the groove!
Blah blah blah, master blade!
Whew! I almost got hit.
Why'd you heal me?
Stop you dying?
Ah, right.
I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Whew.
There's more where that came from.
These structures don't look like anything built by the Renans, or even what we saw in the Forbidden Zone.
Well, technically
Perhaps
they
this
are
is the
built by the
true
Renans.
architectural style of the Helganquil. Or perhaps the opposite, given their situation.
You mean like how some places favor building stuff with stone, while others rely on wood?
That's an interesting way of looking at it. I'll have to inquire with Hevrect 35 about it sometime.
Assuming he's still alive after all this. Here? Oh, it's a treasure box. All of a sudden, the weirdness of these chests don't seem so weird no more.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Illuminate the dark!
Here I come!
They're attacking from
Orochi's
behind!
fury!
Keep staying between heaven and earth!
Strike! I owe you one.
A
That
wailing
crossing is
blast!
driving me mad. It's over. Orochi, you require
Spear!
I got flyers.
I've got this! Let a marksman handle it!
Orochi, all yours. Look sharp. Lightning Tiger Blade. See that? That training's paying
Stay
off.
between heaven and earth!
Not today.
A wailing banshee of lightning!
Now you see what I can do.
Not in your dreams!
Do it. Look sharp. Lightning Tiger Blade.
Am I on a roller?
Okay, I'm gonna check out some of the stuff here, skill-wise. Do I have anything to upgrade left? There's still this one, deepen Alphin's bond with a fellow party member. Might as well just say that it's Shion. Uncovering, mysterious agreement. Pretty much upgrade all these, so hold on. See if there's anything else here. Subquest, ambition fulfilled. Subquest, mixed feelings. There we go. Completed you. I think that's it for her. Upgrade wise. Oh wait, no, there's this here. Never mind. You still have stuff. There we go. Parts. What am I looking for? Goddamn. Kind of lost right now. Hold on. There we
Well,
go.
look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Whoa. That is still surprising whenever I see that.
I won't forgive you!
You got company! Searing flame!
Raging don't give up! Here I go!
Let's see. Item, life bottle. There we go.
Razor Cyclone! Celestial Hammer!
Luna
What would I
Rondo.
do
You
without
shouldn't have
you?
messed with me. Hurricane Thrust.
Now! It's over! Astral Energy! Full throttle!
Those astral arts of yours are pretty impressive.
Thanks!
Whoa.
You're full of surprises yourself.
Big guy there.
Those thorns.
I'm not letting them get in our way.
What are you? Holy cloak. But you should be Dohalim stuff? Question mark? No, you're not even Dohalims. There we go. Holy cloak.
Word. This must be the work of Providence.
Prava what now?
It means destiny. I think it's a bit of an exaggeration, though. This will be a delicious piece of cake.
Damn it! Interrupted my combo.
Incineration Wave.
There we go.
It can hide itself? Amazing.
This
one's mine!
Not on my watch!
Can't get out of this! Shattering up pieces! Now you see what I can watch this!
Here's evil! A chain between heaven and earth!
Talon Storm!
A wailing dancy of lightning!
Azure Storm!
Divine save! Magic is out!
Incineration Wave! You're mine!
Tidal Wave!
Oh, now you're talking!
Azure Storm!
Explosion!
Oh, damn it, took it out. Okay. Oh, I'm so glad I grabbed the revival ring, because I die very easily with Alphen with his whole sacrifice thing that he does to power up his attack.
In an instant! Impact Cross! Hold up! Is this as valuable as I think it is?
Take no further! Show you what my art can do. Rise and shine! I can't heal you forever.
Not on my watch!
Take it!
Thunder Field!
Come one, come all!
Incineration
We barely managed to turn that battle.
You don't need a sound.
Man, they are really annoying. They move around too much.
Well, I certainly won't argue. Now you see what I can. I'll finish you. Take it down.
In here!
Oh, I'm so glad I got the revival ring. He gives like a 50% chance to revive,
Can't lay a finger on you.
which is pretty high.
What about you?
Just watch and see.
Remember to tell me if you need healing.
I expect you'll be in high demand if that's the case.
Big doggo.
Little help!
That'll bring you down.
Can't get out of this.
Lightning orb! Lightning!
Azure Storm!
Ready! There!
Eat them!
Shattering
Into the
Azure
pieces!
Storm! Attack us!
I'll
finish you here and
Oh,
now you're talking!
Tectonic force!
In a bind!
Strike!
Azure Storm!
Inferno!
Not today!
These fists have got your name on them!
No escape!
Damning flame of fury!
Soaring Wall Dance!
Destruction!
Confiscated! Let the Lord handle
Do it!
Doubling! In an instant!
Impact Cross! Step back! This one's all law!
Okay, I'm gonna need to replenish my CP. Hold on. Consumables. Grape. There we go. Pineapple. Then orange gel. Orange gel. There we go. There we go. Oh great, more of them. Mysterious fragment. Oh shit, I'm down to one life. Oh, I'm so glad.
Not much longer to go.
Come on, one final push.
Let's do this together,
Oh
Alphen.
shit, we were on a roll.
Remember to tell me if you need
Hold on for a
healing.
moment. Okay, alright.
I expect you'll be in high demand if that's the case.
Is this it? I don't think this is it. I imagine there's gonna be a really, really long slog to get to the point. Okay, let's see. Any secrets? No. Giant ass mantis at the end of it. I'm gonna go left. Oh yeah, there's always secrets around here. I was just gonna get like special items for like each party member because you found 2 so far. Lucky bangle.
This might be some decent equipment.
Anything that makes battles easier is okay by me.
Go no further!
To me.
No! Ignite!
Hold on to your arms. Here I come.
That'll bring you down.
I single pass on the handshake. Confiscated.
No further!
Far enough! Dragon
This
Ball!
one's all now!
More where that came from!
Eat dirt!
Raging Cascade!
Take this!
Orochi's
Fury! Oh! Now I'm real mad!
Tidal Wave! Blah, blah, blah. Freeze Lancer!
Go!
I'm not done!
Will this help?
Orochi's Fury! Swallow dance!
Do it!
More! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Remember to tell me if you need healing.
I expect you'll be in high demand if that's the case.
Ooh, treasures. What are you? I like how this is like a sophisticated building, but a bunch of like iron chunks as though this is a cave.
It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out. Come and face me. Anything in armor is all mine. Watch no escape. You picked the wrong fight. What a relief.
Astral Energy!
Say no more.
I don't know why, but I find it kind of funny that the Helganquil is actually weaker than the monsters on
Hey,
Dana.
I'm pretty lucky.
Because of the wedge, the 4 things that went over all over Dana. Those are tougher than these guys. There's something funny about that. Holy shit. 2 of them? Wow. This place is built like a maze.
Let's dispose of the trash.
You alright?
Yeah, I'll be okay.
Go!
Careful! Have some kind of camouflage!
This one's mine.
Blah, 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 magic! Lunar corruption!
No further.
In here!
The picture it up. I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Big
I'll
blast!
heal you all! Wind astral energy!
Incineration wave! No, Kipper won't give in!
Damn it! Gonna have to use an item. Life bottle. There we go.
I'm all stuffed up!
Eat this! No escape!
Here, let me help!
Smash you!
Magic
It's time!
attack!
Orochi's
Require Don't mind if I do!
You see what happened there as you crossed
get the
me.
deck.
Shouldn't have done that.
Air thrust!
Burn!
Photon!
Take this!
Blah, blah, blah.
Show you what
See
you're
how I can do.
for!
Rise and shine! In there with
Can't
the
get out
others.
of this!
Hit!
Resurrection!
Like a human.
To stop you, Duck.
In an instant! Impact claw! Not a chance! Azure storm! First strike! Incineration! No!
Yes! Oh, damn it!
Don't leave me! I'll bring
Shion's about to cast it anyway. It's fine.
you back from death to pain between heaven and earth.
Damn it!
Bring you from death to
this?
Thunderblade!
I'll do it!
Between heaven and earth.
Now I'm...
Get toasty!
Burn strike!
They've really got us on the ropes.
Don't forget to heal your wounds.
Blood. Wait, what did it say? Blood dragon? I'm trying to get my bearings over in the layout. Okay, there we go. What secrets do you hide? Rare plate. That's probably for Kisara? Yeah, there we go.
We got some good equipment!
I can't say its appearance is to my tastes, personally.
You're gonna quickly use the item. Go pineapple gel. There we go.
Opponent like this should be easy.
Ah, shit, I'm thinking out.
Healing circle! Water astral energy!
This one's mine.
Eat this! I'll smash you!
Where we go. Life bottle.
I owe you one.
Pull myself together.
Incineration wave! Here I come! First strike!
Not in your dreams!
Come and get it! Blow away!
Thunder field!
Here,
Can't get out of this!
Purge
The flame inside me yearns to be let free!
Freeze Lancer!
Azure storm! You hear it now!
Glacial
Incineration
spear.
wave! Take this! Azure storm! These things have got your name on them! Here we go! Burn! Super swallow! Can't get out of this! No escape! Shattering up pieces! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Looks like it could be worth something.
Oh wait, area Pixie Crystal. You're new. Well, I just realized that this place is closed off, so you actually had to go through there. Hold on, I want to head back just to see if I missed anything. Oh damn, the walls are all like rainbow colored. Oh, you were hiding a secret. Not a huge secret, but you know.
An opponent like this should be easy.
You got company! I never miss!
Now you see what I can do!
Not on my
Not
watch.
done yet! First strike!
I'll heal you all!
Azure Storm!
The flames
Do it! Dohaline!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
Not a They got flyers!
I've got this!
We've turned the tables on them.
There are still more left!
Right, no time to hold back.
You're really strong, Alphen.
You picked.
I'm just trying to do the best I can.
Oh, Alpin's so modest.
Reassuring to have you around.
As impressive as always.
Here I hope there is improvement.
Prepare to be sealed, though fleet of foot. Actually, perhaps bound is more appropriate.
Less talking, more doing.
Anything in armor is all mine. I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Is there anything more magnificent than the musculature of a warrior? Perhaps it is in search of this perfect beauty that I myself am drawn into battle.
Is that Dohaline just hinting that it's because of Kisara and her love for battle that he himself has taken an interest in battle? Like a very highbrow way of saying that.
Hold on to your arms. Here I come.
I can carve through armor!
Gale Force!
Burn it down! Under cross blade! Incineration wave!
Don't mind if I do.
Here!
Outstanding form.
now! Talon Hurricane!
Tempest!
I don't know what I'd do without you.
Perhaps now isn't the time?
I really don't.
Where are you going?
Strike! No escape! Not today! Talon Hurricane!
Xion, Astral Energy! Full throttle!
Lady Fortune must truly be watching over me.
Pixie Crystal. You are definitely new. I'm gonna have to check that out later. Hold on. Let me check. Yep, we're going this way. What are you guys hiding? One last treasure chest.
An opponent like this should be easy. Incineration wave! I'll take you all off!
Whew! That was close.
Carve through armor!
Don't mind if I do.
That hit the spot! No escape! Azure Storm! Flying freaks! Why can't they just sit still? Sia, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done.
Take you down before you make your attack. Nice!
Orochi's Fury! In a bind!
I'm gonna get out of the way.
Dohaline! This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes! My turn!
No one gets my
Glimmer Dragon!
Do it!
Astral Energy! Full throttle!
A flawless victory.
Hurricane Thrust!
Naturally.
Hurricane Thrust! Milan!
Vanish without a trace!
Whew. Thank goodness we won.
What are you? Elemental Cape. I think that's for Rinwell? No, that's actually for Dohaline. Nice.
This looks nice and tough. It's on! Azure Storm!
Dance in the wind!
That frickin' does it!
Oh shit.
Show me what my heart can do.
Yours to be let free!
Damn it, got away. Shit.
Incineration wave! Not a chance! Azure Storm! Come on, come on! Now you see what I can do!
Now!
Commander of Heavens!
Phoenix Cyclone! Far enough!
Dark Wind!
Where are you going?
I'll crush you! Lightning Reflexes! Tenebrous Claw! Eat this!
Let me show you what my art can do! Rise and shine!
You're
In
mine!
here! This one! Magna Ray!
This one keeps charging us!
Damn it.
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it! I'll leave it to you!
Graviton Field!
Azure Storm!
I'm on it!
Power of Flame!
Acceleration! Goodwill!
Astral Energy!
Say no more.
Step back! This one's all law!
Is this the final gate? Oh yeah, nothing says final than this. Okay, unfortunately I don't have enough time for now, so I'm gonna have to end the stream here. We'll probably end with the last few things to take care of in terms of the game by the next stream. And the next stream will probably be the last for Tales of Arise, I expect. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next stream. I might be streaming later tonight with a friend for Dying Light, playing that for the first time. I'm really grateful for Sailor Star for joining in for a short while. I really appreciate that. So I'll see you in the next stream. Bye guys!